North Far East. Hope you're having a great Saturday there and a nice Friday evening. My name is Ash Mufareh. I'm the same guy that will literally and completely change your life sooner than you think. I am very, very excited to be with you tonight because I have a few sweet updates. That's what I do. Thank you so much for your time and attention here. I believe this has to be the record Minu and Ron show. Crushed the records. That's what we do. But I'm going to get going. There are 29, I think, 29, roughly, yeah, 30 questions or so uh, that I I'm going to shoot to address them, but it's a long shot. We'll see. Okay. Smart people, good questions. I will try to roughly go over those and see how far we can go. Before we do that, I believe so. Michael Ellis, I heard you don't think people are here waiting to hear about the forecast and Colorado weather. What do you think they're here to listen to?
I think they're here for the main show, Ash, and I think he just came on.
Fantastic. Okay, well, I'm here, and I think I gave a glimpse. If you didn't get a chance to hear on Passive 360 yesterday, we talked about how sometimes unplanned things happen in your business or your strategy. Uh, in many cases, they turn out to be a little bit better, if not dramatically better than what you hoped for. So we're having a great. I had to mute everyone just to make sure everybody can talk when it's their turn, so we can keep a good background. But it's amazing. Yeah, I mean, I always say it's good to be here, but truthfully, a few times in my life I said that, and they were not that good places. But yeah, tonight it is a good place to be in. So I'm happy to be here. I wasn't very happy to be in other places. Anyway, I'm happy to be here. Seriously, wow, amazing places. Haven't seen a few faces in a while, but we are going to talk about not so much challenges tonight. What we're going to talk about solutions as what I believe good leaders focus on possibilities and hope over limitations and pretty much challenges. So yeah, that is the nature of life and nature of business to have those obstacles and challenges come out through your way. However, I believe you have to uh, scale your level and evolve to the level of your business. We can all understand how this is turning into something a lot bigger uh, in different dimensions to where we thought it was a while ago. It is becoming more and more clear. And hi, Grossmender.
Yes, Ash.
Yes, I can hear a truck passing by. Okay,
Oh,
so
Rosminder, mute yourself, please.
we uh, we thought we're just going to talk about the possibilities. I have a secret to share with you, and that probably the biggest highlight of tonight's conversation. And you come to witness, not tonight, but over the last several months or so, that we were uh, going through some challenges, and some of you wonder how come we maintained a good composure, and we were still optimistic and positive, and in fact more passionate about the journey more than any time. Well, here's a secret. Even before any of the challenges rose uh, and arose under the light and came to become known, some publicly and some at least to a few of our core leaders. Before that happened, and when that happened, uh, we already seen the signs of those challenges in early stages. And parallel with that, we thought this is even going bigger than we planned initially, if not bigger, at least faster. So we would have to update our game and up our game uh, periodically and rapidly. But one of the lessons we've learned is not to share anymore with the public. The very first theme back in the days when we started this, it was exclusive private webinar for the founding members back then. And then that faded out. If you realize now, I'll probably make you think about that. That was a good reason we started doing that, because we believed we grew beyond the, allow me to say, intimacy and that close inner circle. We've exploded beyond the borders, and it was hard to keep things in private. Uh, Unless we keep them actually in private, not to share with some people who might be curious or interested in the details. I personally take this as it's my life. And one statement should make you understand my personality about this business. Nothing is personal, okay? But my character and my attitude toward OnPassive is literally, or at least the concept of OnPassive, literally, hardcorely, do it or die. More than you think, more than you know. To the point is my existence is just for this journey. If I'm unable to deliver or to take this vision I have, even the one that I didn't share with you, if I'm unable to take it to a proper delivery to the public, it destroys me personally. My entire purpose and my entire existence is at stake if I don't do that. So you may think it's a business. This is one person or a few successful people are trying. I have bad news for you. You're wrong, and I'm not trying. I will literally do it or die. But when the responsibility became even bigger and the hopes increased, and I've gathered so many ideas from you, at least motivation, they were the seed of other projects. I decided to make sure that I have a backup plan, that even if I die, that is unfair for these incredible inventions and breakthroughs. So I take it a joke to the public without any insult, with all the respect, what you already know. But you're happy with what you know. But I was working until this day, literally around the clock. There's not a given clock or hour by the second throughout the days, the months, the years, that I can tell you I'm not available, it's after the clock. No. Every minute is on the clock, on duty, because I said I'm going to do it or die, and I want to make sure it's done, because nobody prefers that. So the analogy of die is Even if it takes death, I'm doing it. That's how stubborn I am. But the goal is not to die, the goal is to do it. As without the time, without the details, but I think you have a glimpse and you have some uh, scattered information here and there. I'll help you piece them up together. First challenges were internal, like from the founding members back then. A few crooks joined us back in the days and literally invested money and campaigned to bring down OnPassive and destroy Ash Mufareh, even take him to prison, destroy his family, his kid and wife, heartless, careless. Whatever it takes, we're going to go and destroy that guy who's really trying hard to make a difference in the global economy or market or improve some people's life. Uh, yes, those animals who people I helped in many aspects. So naively, I allowed them to get close to me. Sadly, they were the corrupted people that we built the entire business to do that, because corruption is not just limited to politicians or public figures or all of that. You could have corruption in your own family, and people who would manipulate or uh, keep it lightly misbehave and do improper things. Sadly, the people surrounded me in the beginning, a big portion of them were corrupted. So I had to change direction early on. That's the good news. And to revamp the whole work structure. It doesn't mean ever that we are 100% corruption free as of now, but we got better, we got smarter, not to reveal all the cards. Little after that, internal corruption among the staff who steal your money, who steal the code or build a business on your back, and they come and get a salary on the clock while they're building their own business or having a second, third job. And that was a challenge to get it cleared out. Major challenge. I mean, I don't want to give myself an excuse. The Of course, mentally, I seem to be. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm talking about myself in this case, but seem to be, at least maybe in their eyes, or if you would agree with them, kind, nice guy. Let's take advantage. Some of them, they said, well, this is Ash Mufareh, big shark, big money, probably a billionaire in their eyes. Forgive me. Let's suck his blood. All right. I got records of that, and do whatever it takes. My people that have changed their life, I paid for their living and their family. So that is another challenge, another challenge, another. And then their efforts, whether they're the customers or the employees and other partners that you didn't allow uh, to get in the game, they were pissed. So they also had to uh, campaign their way. We were creating so many enemies too fast. for a number of reasons, but one reason, it's probably a common reason, is so much potential, money or success or traffic around this journey. Let's piggyback in any way and take our slice, not caring if this is destroyed, if it lasts. We would have a long time uh, invasion to monetize over this. Long story short, it just got uglier, 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 uglier. And it made me realize that not everybody is so nice like you, Ash. There's some evil monsters among us. Even we created this as a revenge from those people, but sadly, you find them in your own backyard, in your home, everywhere. And I mean by that, our business. Now, go back, tie this up to do it or die. I take responsibility. Nobody on the planet takes the responsibility of taking and making these dreams come true, but the guy who knows them and knows the value and the effect and the impact of those and how severely they would improve our life. So I know they're worth to die even beyond that. If I can die, if I have to die, not if I can, uh, every day to fulfill those dreams, I will do it without a blink of an eye. So tie the challenges with what I have in mind. There's one way to do it. Get better, smarter, don't trust. And made me realize how valuable is what we have. Even the little they know and you know. Imagine if I unveiled some of what I have or the extra. I would be resting in peace long time from now if I had shared that. So I just had to work harder, smarter, and definitely more careful, but not allowing anybody that we knew to get in the game as we did previously. People I didn't know, I trust them. I gave them access. I gave them money. I gave them whatever it takes. Yeah, sure, do it. That's how I am, and I think people are like that. Though I knew the market, but I thought like because we're doing something nice, we're attracting the people who think like us, and they're going to be behaving and holding the same standards that we have. Uh, but no, some people come. Okay, here's a nice, kind one. Let's pull their eyes out. Uh, it certainly was. I love it, and that's the biggest value that I've had in my life. The biggest value in two pieces. The biggest value is those challenges. If they didn't happen, I would have been less trained and immune for more. So the biggest value that I've gained, number one, and learned that how important is what we have. The little they know and you know. Imagine the much more that you don't know. And the second part is do not trust and do it in a more precautious way. And that helped me. So I'm so thankful and grateful that this happened. The stories are endless and irrelevant. Like could talk to you over a cup of coffee one day, have a chat, no problem. I don't have a secret about the past. And by the name, I don't keep anything. Okay. Uh, but again, you have to go back and line up. That's not my target. I'm not here for the fight of those people. I'm not going to accomplish, even if I destroy them or whatever happened to them or expose them, what am I going to benefit? The focus is the dream. So we want to focus on the dream. All right. So how can I protect the dream safely and not to get affected? There are two types of work. There's busy work. You're just exhausted like a hamster, like spinning, 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 hamster wheel. You're not going anywhere. That's busy work. And obviously, on the same direction, it could be negative work. And there is productive work. I have learned how to stay focused on the productive work. What get me closer to those goals, to the outcome that we're chasing? Um, that's all I want to share with you on the bigger picture. Now, to zoom in just some of the increments, you can apply the same mentality on the different components of our business. Exactly. So when I've had the challenges of India, I went to Bangalore, the Silicon Valley of India. Build an IT company, AI company, where do you go? You go to India or you bring India here, one of the two. I lived in the Silicon Valley, California. It smells like Mumbai. It's not California. It's not America. It is like naan and curry and rice or naan. So what I mean, jokingly, I'm implying that who's building those big tech giants? Indian for the most part, but other nationalities, with all the respect. It's a melting pot, no problem. But the vast majority are Indian. You gotta either bring them or go there. I've never been to India, and I'm not an Indian nationality, but I think I qualify, right, Gusminder? Absolutely, for what I've done for India so far. Uh, so I learned that I cannot rely on that. I cannot rely on one team, whether in Bangalore, Kolkata. That's where it all started. West Bengal. We've been working around the clock, by the chair, by every piece of furniture, every equipment, every piece of software, every individual, and multiply by 20 with the manipulation that uh, I went through. But I never quit focusing on the target. So thankfully, I decided to have backups. And I want to be very, very clear. I don't mean by that everybody ultimately on your team. I would have probably closed down India a long time ago. No, that's I have to be careful, and I want you to be careful with thinking India is an amazing country. I mean, all the jokes aside, India is an incredible culture. Very, very hardworking people, incredible, so much potential uh, for the most. But just like every case, there are some bad apples. And because of the disadvantage I have, I'm like from 12,000 miles away managing this. I was a good target for some corruption. So it was a battle to untangle all of that. You don't know how brutal it is. I don't think I can finish talking about that tonight, nor it would be productive. We want to be productive. So, uh, what was productive to know that early on, even before you know, I started working on a backup plan. And then it got worse when there was some dissatisfaction by myself before you even know about the quality of some of the products. Again, there some of them, their target is to suck my cash. That's the bottom line. And have a good lifestyle and position and take it easy. Secondary target is to do the products, but with some dishonesty about, yes, sure, this, that, and I see, but there were some parts kept away from me. And then when I find that it's a disappointment, then I have to uh, take some drastic action every occasion. And then some occasions were impressive. Some individuals are my heroes up till today. Some of them with me for 5 years now. So that I want you to be clear. Don't say by nationality. You can never generalize anything. Okay. And not to say everybody. It's just a disadvantage. So you probably got a bad HR that was uh, scamming, hiring people, the wrong people or some connections and paying them money. That happened. Takes a while, but it's naive from them to think that they can keep or get away with it forever. The truth will always emerge. Always. Is 2024. If somebody believes there's a secret, where have you been for the last century? Have you been on something called planet Earth? Have you been with us for the last century? There's no secret. Everything, everything will be known at some point, especially the truth will always come out. Sometimes you don't even know, or you don't even put the effort. It just by itself. And we did what we did. Uh, so I'm glad I had backups, and I'm glad I was, uh, I would say, wise enough, calm enough not to mix everybody. I didn't mix up. So I was able to differentiate between the good guys and the bad guys. And we had people who really delivered, and we owe them, you know, the debt until the last breath we have. They're absolutely my heroes. Um, the other thing is I had in mind because I want to remind some of you know that OnPassive ecosystem is the first phase of OnPassive. So regardless of that chaotic, work environment in the back end, that's not necessarily needed for anybody. And sometimes you have to keep it away because those people who are working with you, you you don't want to speak too soon to let them know that they're exposed to you or you caught them already. So sometimes you have to stay like play dead, okay? Or act dumb until it's proper and you gather all the evidences and all of that. And the challenge now is to continue everything without a delay. We have put so much information to the public, more than I wanted to. Now, if I go back, I wouldn't share. I would share one product with you. Okay. uh, and the clock is ticking. So you're driving on the highway, that I-95 run, and speeding 70, 80 miles per hour. And at the same time, you have to fix that flat tire, which is the damage they caused. You still want to fix it, but you still have to beat the clock. You have to be, while some of them were just burning the clock so they can get paid and other benefits. So that's a challenge, is how not to affect the timeline, and also put the worst case scenario, which what if they fail to deliver totally. So those two challenges: not to stop, you're going fast, you need to repair. Secondly, worst case scenario, they could destroy you and you would have to start all over again, God forbid, but I was aware of it. And the last component is, you don't want to put or set on hold the other phases until this is complete. It's taken longer than we wanted or promised. We were promised. So those three major elements. So let's begin, backward. So I said, well, we're going to move on with the other ones, but secretly. So there is no reason to pause phase two to complete phase one, or three to complete one and two. So started working on those phases while repairing, and the backup is an easy part. Simply open different companies, even different names, even I'm not involved, okay, and build every product that you want, just in case that one is not up to my standards, or it's been delayed further. I'll give you one example. I have built more than one O-Connect and measure on that multiple things. Okay, so the O-Connect that we're using right now, we could live with it, okay, to a degree. But what's about to come out really eminently now at this point, because it's complete, it's in the Q&A, a QA. So by the time everything is confirmed and tested, it will go live. So we're going to have a superior video conferencing system. It's going to be a new design, 100% stable, secure, scalable, everything you want, some additional features, etc. All right. And I'm going to address one more thing, that a lot of people think we are only working on one possibilities. And the fact that you're working on something, let me say something. I'm working on virtual avatar for more than 2 years, okay? Virtual avatar, I'm sorry, the virtual background. If you have 5 speakers, 2 speakers, whatever, or a small system, or a Microsoft team, or a small system, nobody's going to notice the quality. But if you're using a million, big rally or protest online, concert of a million people, it's a whole different game. So for the target that we're working on, what we've achieved multiple times, it's not the best we hope for. We still have, we still have ambition to reach a higher level. So you don't go for one direction to have one virtual background solution. You have your team working on it. You consult with an outsource company. You consult with buying an open source from an existing company. Every system or software you have has some somewhat reliance or dependency on other plugins or components from. Everybody uses something with Google Translation. So many software. But do you need to create Google Translation or translation if it's just a secondary or a minor feature in your system? But if translation is a big deal or is like a cornerstone in your software, yeah, you have to make your own. But overall, what you have is 100% authentic and genuine. So make sure you know that there's some features. For example, let's say virtual background, video and image background. That's a whole business. There are companies, I can tell you dozens of them. We've collaborated with at least dozens of them over the past months. Their main business and revenue, and their successful businesses, is to provide virtual background. That's what they do. For us, it's one little touch. Yet we want to achieve an advanced level that is not available on the market. So we've achieved one, two, three, four, 5 times. It doesn't mean you don't have any solution. No, it's just like your standards are not average. You have high standards, so what you've achieved is unsatisfactory, but it's so satisfactory to others. So we chose to keep the effort. We believe we could achieve more. Nothing wrong with that. So when you achieved one solution, you don't dump that. You already know one, two, three, seven, more than 12 other ways or solutions. If you choose any of them, you already have that, and nobody would know. Nobody would complain. But we have a bigger ambition, more than you think. It's like deep technology that we're striving for a higher level. It's that simple. And measure on that other parts of our business. How could I achieve offering more technology, unlimited, more features, autonomous, at a lower cost with fewer people on the payroll? How? That's a challenge. When you say, well, nobody does it, like, Zoom has 9,000 people. Yeah. GoDaddy has 9,000 people. Yeah. You could say that. It doesn't mean it's impossible. It doesn't mean there's no first time every time. So we worked on number of directions and uh, probabilities in that, and of course other features that we announced and some we didn't announce. Some are achieved, some are still, we believe we could achieve more. But what I didn't share with you, and not even with our people, that I decided to build different teams and give them the expectations. And sometimes the backup plan went faster than the original plan. It went faster and better that you thought, oh my God, I need to ditch what we're working on for like 3 years. After 3 weeks working on this. Now, if I come and tell you this something that I've had it parking for 3 years, example, and if I tell you I'm going to ditch it, to me it's ugly or probably an embarrassment, that's what your focus is going to go on. Oh my God, that's a disaster. I tell you what, we could make billions with that. We could sell it for billions. But what you don't know is how good is plan B and C. And then when you know that, you say, oh wow, day and night. Yeah, of course, this is an easier choice. So if you know you can achieve B and C and they're higher, for example, better quality, lighter, less expensive, fewer people, which one do you do logically? So I just want to say O Connect is about to go live with the new release, which is a life changing. And I have also the other O Connect, which I don't call it O Connect. You have no idea, not you, not my staff that created O Connect, that they know what the name or where it is or who the hell is working on it. And it's to me, it's gonna make you. I'm sorry, but I can say it to my brothers, not drop your pants, okay? For sure, for sure, for sure, it will drop your jaw. But make no mistake, that is a more bold uh, work strategy I have been working for a while. And everything I have a backup plan for, even the team, even the location, even, I shouldn't tell you this, but I feel safe now to announce it, okay? Because I'm past the dangerous zone. So when I said I am going to change your life is because of the other phases. The first phase, it will change your life. The unpassive, you know. So I cannot tell you what are those phases, nor um, get into those details. But if unpassive one or the first one that you know, the ecosystem can thrill you as Catmo and more, then it's a whole different game when we're talking about two and three. And fortunately, we were able to complete the others. Okay. Um, so OnPassive is bigger than you think. Let's call it OnPassive Group as a collection of different companies, products, different areas of um, sectors. We are going to revolutionize major industries. Just eminently, I believe this is a uh, an important year because now, after all those um, explosions and war zone that we are coming out, now we can say, okay, we'll show you what we have. Also, yesterday I've touched up on the pay structure of OnPassive. My tea's getting cold. I deserve to take a sip. Cheers. So the OnPassive that you know got a lot of heat by so many haters. But if you can read um, intentionality and integrity, or know body language or human personalities, I think you already feel good about what we have and you understand uh, where we're headed. Um, Maybe the word generous. is fair enough to describe what we wanted to do, something rather generous. Um, we like to give a lot more than we take. One evidence is uh, nobody can complain about what we had. Founding members were closed out in June 2022, almost 2 years ago, in a couple months. 3 years ago. What did I say? No, no, 2 years. 22. Okay. And uh, O-Connect, we decided not to take more new customers until we reveal the new one, even if it's dirt cheap and we're paying commissions. First sale is 100% giveaway. It's like almost a union. Yeah. Uh, you're not a genius if you have discovered that, wait a minute, they're giving more than they're taking. This is bad math. It doesn't take a genius to understand that we're not in it for the profit, for the company. You don't need to be with us a century. Okay, you could be with us a couple of days and know that we give more than we take. Uh, we would love to give more. That's our character, and that applies on the pay structure. I thought there's a better way for the global economy. I believe there's a better, more fair structure. I know it ticks off so many uh, systems. I'm not doing trade with systems. I do commerce with God. I do what I believe is good. I do trade with God, and I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm a believer. I'm a strong believer. And I think I don't need to get validation or approval. It is necessary not to break the law. It is necessary to uh, comply by the regulations. It is essential to me to play by the book. That's the first thing I thought endorsing from the early stages when I decided I want to build this new revolution. On passive is a done deal. No, it's not a done. It's so done deal. And any product that you have, I have a backup for it. I have multiple uh, versions of it, different teams that they're totally different. I'm at the luxury where I'll be able to pick the best of the best. Some I have multiple choices, one, two, three, four in some cases, and I'll choose the best. So collectively, we're going to have the very best single sign-on platform that ever existed. It is the only internet that you would need, the only safe one that you will choose, and timing is ideal for us. Excuse and forgive the delay or the scattered ideas here and there. That soon will be behind us, and we will forget it collectively. But we were able to set a structure where we're immune and protected and shield from those, so we can continue and put the energy in the right direction in the right place, where we can manufacture more technologies, more benefits, more positivity to our beloved planet and humanity. That's our mission. Um, I'm glad it went this way. I'm glad. I was too naive a couple of years ago. If everything went just smooth and then later on these stabs showed up, probably would have been different. I'm so happy they came in by now and they gave us that, I would say, flexibility, the exercise to become better and more efficient. Of course, you're going to have some skepticism come along with that, because, and I don't blame you. It's not your fault because you don't have all the details, and there's no possible way we can give you all the details. Uh, so you could be lost, confused, or have some doubts. Some days you're totally fine. I would too. Everybody probably doubt themselves sometimes, right? So for you to doubt me and the business that we're doing, it's a compliment. Of course, you're human, we're human, no worry. But moving forward, I assure you, I guarantee that I, Ash Mufareh, will change the world, and change your world included for what's coming, what you don't know. Ecosystem will be a good start, okay? Obviously, it's being wrapped up, you know what's happening now. Uh, and make no mistake, I'm not relying on one thing. I don't have one shot to make this. It's done. Even if you kill me today, it's done. So chillax, it's a done deal. If you're asking what's chillax, that's a new pill that Chris Johnson's taken. It helps him relax. It's a combination between relax and chill and relax. My son made up that word. Okay, I like it, or you liked it, so I said, let's make it chillax. I want to share a video with you for now while I sip water, and we can move on to the other topics. We will make this video available on the main channel of OnPassive, and you are welcome to use it and share it as of a few hours from now. Give it up to our marketing team and Mr. Nazal. There's another video is also about to be released from our O-Media department, uh, and it's also highlighting the upcoming event, but the World Police Summit uh, taking place in Dubai on the 5th of March. It will last for a couple of days. And much more that is happening. And that's what's going on. It looks like it's going to be a very good week, especially if all goes well with O-Connect. That's going to be basically a trigger that will be pulled off to unleash several other phases, and we're excited about that. We're also chillaxed, knowing that everything is under control. We're fine. You should feel the same way. And I just want you to know that they're really talented, hardworking people working around the clock. They are doing whatever it takes to make this happen. It's no longer Ash Mufareh and just one guy is chasing the dream. No, fortunately, we are blessed that there's so many people that have seen the vision and endorsed the same spirit to uh, to make a difference, and they give it their life as well. There's so many of us now at this stage. We're not doing this for business, and we're not doing this for any cause, but doing well and doing good for humanity. And we know we're doing it. What we have in different sectors and different areas of our life, it will make you cry, and it will be hard to believe. It's beyond magic. It's beyond science fiction. I'm telling you, and I'm no exception, and I'm no different than any of you, except I had a desire. I still have a great desire and believe that we can do better, and that we can make a difference, and we can make this earth a better place. And we're so pure and focused on that simple purpose in your life, good things happen eventually. May not happen in the beginning, but if you're working for recognition or for fame or for whatever benefit or some selfish advantage, you're going to be disappointed and you're going to quit. But if you're working for a higher purpose and you believe you can do it and there is a better way, eventually you're going to have things that you never thought were possible. Nothing but miraculous things happen. And that's where we are. Uh, who knows? A few more meetings down the road, I'll be talking to you about showing you maybe something that will make you lose many things. I mean, sleep, probably, fill in the blank. So I think Mr. Gersmender is going to fill us on the event in Kolkata. And John, if you can update us on our brother Bill Must when you can. Hopefully, he's doing good. And we want to know about the event in India. Perhaps, I'm not sure what's happening, to be honest with you, but I told you this event is taking place this week. And there's another event in Egypt also. I'm sure we will announce it. Is happening this week, or specifically on the 9th. Uh, and Yeah, there's a way to mute that keyboard. Yeah.
Sorry for that.
No, there's a way to mute. You know that your the keyboard.
Yeah, yeah, that is there, but I'm just afraid of, because I was having earlier mess up with this button, so I'm afraid that if I mute and then I can't speak.
Oh, I didn't know it was you. So that is something that. Yeah, don't worry. Just there's a ringer you can mute, and it will be silent no matter what you click. That's
Yeah,
how I have it permanently on. It's glued mute. Imagine I put my phone on. Sounds
got
like
it.
I live in a lake. Yeah, with cockroaches and I don't know. But anyway, um, that's how it sounds like, right? The beep, like you're in the jungle for some reason,
Yeah.
like an owl. Tell me something. We can hear if something necessary you want to say. Gursmender, you can tell us about that event. John White, if you can tell us about Bill, and anyone else want to say something. And I want to get into some of the questions. I will see what can be. Maybe I can prioritize what's important and I can go over some of the questions. What I refer to is some of our leaders have gathered some questions or topics they recommend that we address in this meeting, taking advantage. Thanks to Minu and Ron for allowing us to come here, because if I make my own webinar, maybe with Chris Johnson, his 3 and my 4, we'll probably crush it if we get 7. So I'm glad we tapped into a bigger crowd and we take advantage to hit on those points with you. Grossmender, what's happening?
Yeah, so thank you, Ash, for inviting me, and what a great updates. And but regarding for Kolkata event, actually this was actually planned by Rihan Sarkar and Harish Sharma from India, were very dedicated founders, and by his team. And uh, it's happening on just a few hours from now, on 2nd of March 2024. And so it will be a very professional type of event. So sitting capacity is around 2000, and they have prepared everything very like they are working from last 3 or 4 months for this event. And a lot of things happened, actually, when we organize something. So Harish and Rihan are the main like organizers of this event, and it will kick off around like 12 noon in Indian time. And there is also OakNet live, that is 3:15 p.m. Indian Standard Time. It will be, I think, roughly I think 5 a.m. Eastern, I think. And everybody is welcome. And even Harish has messaged me to just tell you that you should also, if you are free, you are most welcome over there, Ash. And all the
I'm
all
$4. I I worth $4. I'm not free.
but yeah, because OnPassive got started in Kolkata, that is a special for you, Ash. I know our first office was there, and it was like in 2019 when you shared those memorable first glimpses of that Kolkata office. That was really memorable. And so I think it's a like OnPassive event get started from there. The event is happening over there. It's a special for all of us as well, as for that city. And yeah, everybody's invited. And if Harish is listening, to Harish, if you can come and invite for personally, that would be more good thing for everybody. But everybody's excited for this event. Our
So there
founders.
will be speeches, or would it be more like technical presentations about the products, or what?
Yeah. So they will be talking about our products, like O Connect, O Mail, whatever we have. And then there is some media presence over there also, and like a marketing event also. And our founders, like Francis, he has traveled from Singapore. He's coming over there from Bangladesh, from Nepal. People are coming to attend that event. Of course, we will be there virtually on O Connect. So like they have
Beautiful.
worked like a Wi-Fi, hi-fi, Wi-Fi, so that nothing gets wrong over there when we are live. So roughly around 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, everyone is invited. On behalf of Harish and Rehan Sarkar, both are very dedicated, and their team, actually, the organizers, the whole team is very, very good. So we love them, and you
Thank
also
you.
know Rehan and Harish. They are very dedicated and very, very good founders. So everybody's welcome over there. And it's a very professionally managed. You will see in pictures and video whenever it's come. So invited, and especially Ash, you are most welcome over there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. John, would you want to say something, or keep it private, however you like? Uh, Anyone else want to go? So here's what I think. I don't know. Maybe we can open the Q&A and allow you post the question if you have. So, for example, uh, Gladys has a question or two. If you like to post them, if you have them handy, so everybody can read and we can address them, or you want me to read or just address the topics, however you like, because there's so many. I feel if they're typed and I can run through, we could address some question. Would be a matter of a yes or no, maybe. Yeah, go ahead, Chris. Go.
I'm sorry, John is having an issue. He sent me something to read. If that's okay, my voice is shot too. But real quick, tell Mr. Mufareh that Bill is doing better and he has been released from the hospital. Thank God. But he will be back to have a full body MRI on March 12th. So he's out of the hospital. That's a good news right there. So that's the latest update. I've been trying to send him as I get him. So thank you, John White.
Hope all will be good, inshallah.
Inshallah.
All right. So, what do you suggest for the questions?
I suggest whatever you want to do. It's easier for you, Ash. You're helping us
Yeah,
out.
whatever's easier.
If we have them visual here, so everybody can read it, instead of reading twice, we could just address them. Because I don't know if you want to hear. There's some long questions, to be honest with you.
You have to open the Q&A though, Ash.
Also, Gladys requested if she could just read it, if that's okay.
That's another way. Yeah, the question, whoever asked it, like Lystra is next. You could get ready. Terry Thompson, Gina Leva. So you could, I think that you're all here, except John White might not be able to. His audio is not coming out. I can read it for him, for example. It's not a long one. So, yeah, and Jeffrey's here, Narelle, Julie, of course, Peter Rogers, Collins, Manna. Susie McCrae has a question. Andy Burks.
Can I say something
Sure.
while we're deciding? Something you said about do it or die, Ash, and you used the word trying. And it's not that you're trying. Do you remember saying that?
I'm doing it.
Right. So one of my mentors, Will, used to say the same thing. When anyone would say to him, well, I'm trying to do that, he says, what does that look like?
Yeah.
And when you think about using that word trying, Instead, you should say, I'm doing it instead of trying, because he would always go right back at everybody. What does that look like? What does trying look like? And it just takes you back. So
You're giving yourself a pass or an excuse. Yeah, if it
yeah,
goes okay, easy, just first try, it doesn't go, no problem.
yeah.
Try.
He had so many good lines like that. But when you said that trying, you go, I'm not trying, I'm doing it. And that is exactly what he would instill in us all the time. That, and if you said, oh, I didn't do it, I was too busy. He goes, you weren't too busy, you just decided to do something else with your time.
Exactly.
Woo! So you learn not to
Yeah,
say I'm trying and I'm too busy to get it done.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I
anyway, I
didn't
just
have
wanted
time.
I
I didn't
didn't
have
have to.
time.
No, you
You have
chose
the
to do
same time I
something.
have,
Yeah.
but you're
Yeah.
doing something that is not productive or not,
You decided to do
yeah,
something else with your
something
time.
silly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I always catch myself not to say that. But anyway, it's good to see you and thank you.
Good to see you. You want to
Yeah.
go ahead with your question?
Yeah,
I
I'll
can
go with
address
my
it.
question. Yeah, that's great. You know me, I'm this is late for me to be up.
No
Um,
problem. We'll wrap
so
it up.
my question was, of course, about O staff, and I was wondering if you had any feedback. Is the OnPassive staff using it? Are they liking it? Are there any new features? I'm sure it's in the pipeline. Just any updates would be great.
Perfect. Thank you. Very good question. I actually will pull up one, okay, uh, sheet by our. I'm going to give you the exact date, okay?
Yeah, that's great.
So, okay, this update that went on yesterday, okay, the updated release on February 29, 2023, as verified by the TM, okay, without the PT and ST, let's just put those two codes aside. This release will be exclusively catered to the internal release for the OnPassive HR and strategy teams. So as of yesterday, the new release went live, which is a whole new uh, OSTAP than the one you've seen in Boston. And that is already tested. And now, as of yesterday, technically in March, OnPassive, different teams of OnPassive, including the HR, are now the first beta testers of that. In July, late July, they have O-Counting also scheduled to be released, beginning with India, which is basically like your QuickBook or tax and payroll software. It's all included. So, in a nutshell, OSTAF, we have created a different OSTAF that you've seen. We have recruited, uh, to be precise, somebody who has built, Oracle has a master like HR management system, and somebody who worked with them for 15 years now is heading our program. And worked globally. Oracle is obviously it's a huge business, it's a massive company. But SAP and Oracle are some of the biggest. Uh, SAP, it's a German company, and I believe we're fortunate also to attract some of the experts on the topic to be leading that. I don't have time, Susie, for when would it go live for the uh, public or commercially, but
Well, that's a great
I
update.
I can ask.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah,
of course.
thank you. It sounds like that added
We
person
have
is
a new
really great.
we have a new on passive. Now we're gonna obviously uh, gather together and make a strategy for the release prices, all of that. And a side note, we decided to make it a standalone company, yet there's a light version available for the ecosystem. So what we have is going to be, you understand, like companies have to install the software and do some customization.
Yep.
So that's one business model. Another business model is you have a that open source, basically a subscription for smaller businesses. Okay, that is what we will make, and then you use what's available without much customization. Okay, that is available for businesses and individuals in on passive ecosystem, but also on the side, we have that enterprise level.
For the larger corporations, I'm
Yes,
sure. Yeah.
but keep in mind, O counting O hire. I think you know what O hire is. It's a
Yep.
recruiting platform
Recruiting
for them.
platform. Yep.
Okay. So all combined in one place. And of course, you know that we have the facial recognition and detection for, you know, uh, checking in and all of that, punching in and out. And at the same time, onboarding all of that. So I do believe it will be the most complete uh, management system in one platform. Add to that super scalable, and it will be for peanuts comparing to what's
Yeah, current
available on the market.
prices. Yeah.
Yes, we
Yes.
pay millions on those softwares across the
Uh,
different locations.
mhm. It's crazy. Yeah. Well, thank you, Ash. I appreciate that update.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank you. Mr. Ash, is the master mute still on
So
because of the.
one word, 2024, as of March, you can consider we have a new O staff. That is already official.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, is the master mute on? Because a few of the people with question don't have the mic.
But they can unmute.
Okay, Jean, can you hear us? Jean Aliba?
Yes, I can, Minu. Thank you so much. I don't know what you did, but it brought it back. And would you like me to go now?
Yeah, perfect. Let me find
Oh,
you.
wonderful. Okay, thank you so much, Ash, Minu, Ron, for hosting this. I'm going to read my question here, and I thank you, Ash. I wasn't sure if it was too soon to ask this or inappropriate, and I totally understand if it is. But my question is, you have a fast-growing family of innovators and inventors in OnPassive. Are you able to share anything general about their first areas of focus? For example, are they innovating in energy, transport, health, construction, or other areas?
That's big information to be addressed publicly, but
That's what I thought.
keep it on a yes. Keep it on a yes for the areas that you've mentioned. But as far for the uh, on-passive ecosystem, keep it on that along with the experts we have on that project. Um, we our focus is to get this now complete within this year, rolled out 100% commercially, including the ash bomb. I hope you would be aware of that, but mainly our um, data center and, of course, the complete ecosystem. Single sign-on. It's going to be completely um, the word is not revamped. It's remade. Okay. Well, it is being remade. Okay, including ecosystem, including OMail, completely remade. Okay, it's being remanufactured, and that applies, of course, ONet. Okay, wait for that. So all in all, uh, yeah, O-Trim, there will be a paid version for it, like probably a different name, some more. So we have a bunch already, and a bunch that uh, where they are working on. For example, we have chosen different locations for them without even disrupting what they're doing or distracting their work. All in all, we have options where, so they made this copy, they made this copy. We'll evaluate, we'll take the best, or maybe a blend of both. But 2024 releasing the ecosystem with some products that you don't know about. One word I threw yesterday was Avatar, including that, and just make sure that everything is available for or on the marketplace. That is the first focus for the ecosystem. The other areas, they're definitely without uh, any ambiguity. They're areas of our interest and passion.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Ash.
And we will make a big, big, big impact on those, not just to get in.
Thank you. Thank you. Looks like Gladys has, you have your mic back, right? Gladys?
Yes, I do.
Go for it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ash, for agreeing to take my question. You did answer question number 1 already in the first address that you did. My second question is, will OnPassive have its own mobile money transfer service for peer-to-peer lending?
That's one piece of ash bomb. Yes. We're gonna call it Ash Kiss. So it's gonna be your phone kisses my phone. We can transfer money. That's it. Yeah,
Thank you.
virtually, or like a tap.
Wonderful.
And that is a big battle I have because nobody likes it. The users would love it. The market would love it. Okay, for the convenience, for how much it will save, and the possibilities of making more, getting more for your buck. But businesses, they have been comfortable with their level, and they don't want anybody to get in the game and disrupt it. Good question, Gladys, Jean, and Susie so far.
Yeah. All right, we go to Sherry this way. Do you have your mic?
Hello, everybody. Hi, Ash.
Hello,
How are
hello.
how are you guys doing?
Fired up.
Perfect. Yes, me too. So, my question has to go like this. You talked about in the past the debit cards and India being the first part of that. Are we close to that happening? And then are we past the hurdles that are from the other countries, the independent ones?
Thank you, Sherry. Okay.
If you're able to.
So there are no hurdles on the other countries, to be specific. It's a process. It takes time.
Okay, process.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Process.
And for India, it's just about ready. Okay, it's just about ready. Tentatively, it was supposed to be end of February, actually, not March. I would assume a couple more weeks we should have a good clarity on that. That is India, but also we have other programs in Europe. Europe is covered, by the way, and some North American countries as well. It's a very, very sophisticated and complicated process. Lots of bureaucracy and regulations and approval documents. But everything is moving fine. There's no hurdle on that. It's just a matter of time.
Okay, thank you very much. I have another question, but I'll let somebody else go because I don't
Thank
have
you,
it ordered
Sharon.
correctly. Thank you.
Thank you,
What is
Sharon.
that like? Like I'm gonna let you be tortured by guilt? Like I have something, but
Well,
just say it, Sherry. Go ahead. Yeah.
just say it. Okay.
I, I,
Well, I have quite a
I'm not
few.
gonna sleep anyway. India's gonna wake up in a.
Okay, perfect. So, I was curious to know about. You talked about the tracker thing a while back, and I don't know if that's something you can elaborate on. You know, that always has my interest all in so many ways. Um, so I don't know if that's something you can still elaborate on because I know you guys were working on. Well, I know there's two trackers. One's like a little device thing, and one's the tracker that the cops and all that kind of people, for earthquakes and all that kind of things. So I was just wanting to know how that is moving along, if you can elaborate on those or not.
It's a big project. We are working on multiple devices. Okay. Some have been achieved, and again, not satisfactory to me. The size was an issue. So it's usable, but I'll be happy to give it away. Anyway, I have other projects in the pipeline, but I'm going to break down the objective to you without getting into the names and status of each. So there is the digital tracking, the web
Yes.
tracking, which is O-Tracker. We have that. As a part of that will be included. Obviously, there are different scales, okay? And we base so many AI features based on that because it gives you a lot of information. But some devices, you got valuables
Mhm.
to the point where your wallet, your mobile phone, you could have a tiny, tiny invisible piece of, we're not going to say what it is, okay? That is able to track it just in case it's shut down when it's offline, because some smartphones or most smartphones come with that capability. But in case it's turned off, or you have something, data or something important, or if it's completely offline, all right? So it's not going to be able to trace that. So we have that valuables, including devices like your laptop, your mobile phone, and those are targets, okay, for theft, for you can misplace them, and of course, larger objects and valuables such as vehicles. Want to be able to track them offline, okay, and so that is revealing for something like a live GPS. That is another part of uh, O-Tracker, the digital one, to have it on a live map, just like Uber Eat and the different maps, or Uber and Lyft and all of those applications. Perhaps, and there is also personnel tracking, children,
Yeah.
women, and
Yes.
soldiers. Don't tell anybody, okay? I didn't say that.
Yes.
But they're,
Thank you so much.
they're different devices for different
Yeah.
purposes. So we have
Yes.
a number of projects are going on, and they're all under the umbrella of the O-Tracker department. O-Tracker
Gotcha.
is ready, you understand, and it's at the level we have it now. It's beyond GA, Google Analytics, and mark my word on that. Ash Mufareh on March 1st, still March 1st here, is saying that O-Tracker at the level of, as of now, it is more valuable than Google Analytics. Time will
Wow.
tell. Yes,
Wow.
at the level as of it now. Of course,
Perfect.
for dirt of the cost.
Of course. Nothing but value here in non-passive with heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's for the
Thank you.
bonus question. That's what we do.
Yes, thank you so
Thank you,
much. I
Terry.
appreciate it.
Thank you. So Terry has a question, but we have Julie Wen read the question if you would. Then I will read a question for comfort.
Thank you so much, Manu. Terry is here in the attendee and she's listening. She joined a speaker but unable to turn it on. So I'm going to go ahead and read for her. We heard you mention a good while back about blockchain. And then again on the previous O-Connect. I believe blockchain technology has the capability to be extremely beneficial to OnPassive in many different areas. If you have been given permission to speak about this subject at this point, in which do you feel it would be the most beneficial to OnPassive? Thank you so much, always, for all you
Thank
do.
you for paying attention, Terry. And that's a good question, too. So far, it's been ladies, so no wonder the intelligence is shining. And first of all, I don't need a permission from anyone. I can talk about anything I want. I'm in America. America. It's a free world. We can say whatever we want. So the blockchain is a vast topic, and to keep it light, we're in the early stages of that. It's a whole thing. Most people connect blockchain is just limited to cryptocurrency, all of that. No, we can actually apply it to the medical field for medical records and make that more secure and more accessible, more centralized. You can make that available within the organization. Different departments access the same data uh, parallel in a parallel way, and at the same time, um, different products as standalone can use the blockchain specifically when we're talking about microtransactions such as the wallet and so forth when it comes to finances. So there are many uses of blockchain. We decided to create our own to the betterment of our products and to the betterment of the ecosystem collectively to mesh that data together, incorporate that with the AI power. I think we're up to something revolutionary as well. It's not a quick project, and it's not we are done with it, but um, I can tell you we're fortunate also that we've attracted some experts who've done uh, something impressive in that area, and now they are applying that expertise in the OnPassive projects. But we should move fast with that. Hope that helped, Terry.
Thank you.
It was a good question.
Great, thank you. So Comfort has a question, but Chris Johnson is going to read it, please.
Lord knows why they want me to read it with this voice.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, it's okay. I love Comfort so. And Minnow, many people are struggling with their alternative email addresses, mostly because they did not know they could set up a recovery email addresses or phone numbers. If they totally lose their alternate emails, would they lose their OnPassive accounts? Are they planning to help us all switch email only to ease off the stress of having to lose access to foreign email addresses? I could send you that question if you didn't understand it, Ash. With my voice.
Thank you, Comfort, for the question. Can anybody with a better voice to say it? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, man.
At least he doesn't have an accent.
Okay. Is it on the list?
Mm-mm.
I'm going to send
It's
it to
not.
you.
Okay.
Chris,
good.
can you send it to me? I'll add it in so that we can have, yeah.
I'm just going to send them to it directly. That way we can keep moving on here. And it's coming
Messenger or the list?
right to Ash. You got it, Ash.
Thank you.
Welcome. Julie, I'll send it to you also. You can also put it on that questionnaire.
Comfort, we've talked about this before, but I can happily repeat. Yes, the answer is yes. We do have a plan where there's not going to be a need for the alternative email. However, some of the dependency is for the early bird founding members. So having that behind us in a little while, it will free us from some of the security, because the manipulation was, and it got us in trouble, is when people have multiple accounts and all of that. So we don't know who's who, but uh, the the end result is when people are actually buying the product as regular users and customers. That's the bottom line. For that, uh, we're going to have the mobile app. So when it's connected, your app is verified, you have an identity, and uh, they're definitely a quicker method. So it is not a permanent thing. This is temporarily, and that's one part where we said, if you know how to manage, we don't have a restriction on having multiple accounts, etc. But you should be able to manage. If you manage, we're okay. We don't have a problem for you with having multiple accounts. It's it's a passing thing. So consider we will have a way to accept new registrations without alternative email. There are definitely better methods. And for you in the future, uh, definitely the live video support, all of that, and O-Verify and facial recognition, all those different methods are much better. So we will not need it in the future. Hope that helped. Comfort. And just in case, for those who wonder, it's mainly because of there has been some abuse. So we wanted to have some security and limitation to avoid breach. I like simplicity, like you, Comfort, and anyone. I like just click and access and make the changes you want, including your username or whatever. So hope
Thank you.
this helped. Next.
Thank you. We go to Casey's question, who's Julie's going to read it, if you would. And then we go to Lester.
So even the first guy question, a lady's going to say it. Okay.
He's got issues with Wi-Fi.
Perfect.
I think guys have issues.
Hello, Brother Ash. My question is, with AI becoming big news in the media and elsewhere, many folks are concerned regarding its possible consequences in the wrong hands. How can we explain to those folks that OnPassive AI is and will continue to work for us and be betterment for mankind? They haven't gotten over Terminator series.
So that's science fiction, and obviously that's not real life. Real life is different. So the robotic AI that he's talking about, hardware, that is something different. We make the software of the machines, okay? We create it, so it's done by humans. Unless or until the machine can write its own software, then that would be a threat to us. That's never going to happen. So we tell the machine to what to do. So we're the owner of that intelligence. Anyway, the focus in OnPassive is to use the repetitive and predicted uh, information and needs, okay, and to simplify it and to make it retrieve it quicker for the user, such as OChat and the O-Verify instead of the old application. So we make it AI driven. So there's absolutely zero threat endanger, or it would never endanger our humanity. Specifically, what we use in OnPassive, it's literally made to save us time and to uh, cut our effort in much smaller and simpler, and definitely to achieve more in less time. That's the purpose of it. It's not complicated. We're not into the hardware machinery. That is a different phase, and I don't personally, I don't see any threat of that. Now, if you're talking about some abuse of knowing data and using that against, so for example, Ash can make Gersminder's voice, okay, by AI. It's possible, all right. I can use his voice. We're at that level today. I can replicate his voice and possibly his picture. We're not talking about Photoshop 2002. Okay, we're talking about now AI. I can have somebody looks like him and talks like him, and you could believe it is him. Yet it's not him. That is dangerous. So this with regulations could be controlled under policy. You know, cybercrime and cybersecurity always is needed, and it will increase in demand as we go, because just like anything else, there will be always an abuse, and people would do the wrong thing with something that is probably meant to be positive or a good tool in our life. All right, when they first made the knife or something sharp to help us uh, use it in the kitchen or in our food or whatever, who knows how many people died by being stabbed by a knife? It would happen. How do you set that? So that's the law enforcement work or the authorities work. For us, we're creating something nice. Somebody's going to abuse, they'll deal with the government. Let's put it that way.
Hey Ash, I'm sorry, can I jump in? Ash, we got a few people live streaming this now. Do you want that so I can tell them to
Sure.
take it down, or you don't care?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No secret.
Go ahead, Minnow. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. Thank you. So we're gonna go to Listro. After that, four gentlemen back to back. So Listro, go ahead, please.
Hello, Mr. Ash. Hello,
Hello.
Minnow and Ron. Thank you all for having me here. Mr. Ash, I have a different question for you. Many brilliant men and women have left prestigious jobs and have come to OnPassive to work. In your opinion, what is different that is drawing them to you, to the company?
That's a good question. And yes, it is a different question. I agree with you, Listra. And I question that myself, okay? But it's a blessing. I tried to probably clarify that yesterday on 360. And in a nutshell, I think for the most part is either one or a combination, one of the two or a combination. Following somebody they trust or they like, and blindly they follow them. And the other part is seeing the vision and believing in, wow, I can do something more in my life, or finally I can work almost on my dream, but on a much faster track where almost I gave up on my dream. So the liberty, the flexibility that we provide to especially those big profiles that you know some, uh, alongside with seeing that vision that we're working, it's a greater purpose than just working on a job, traditional job. So now, okay, I see this vision and I can be a part of that. Also, I see so and so. I see Lystra or Michael or so and so. For the sake of illustration and example, but they know the other names. On that means they've seen it, and for that reason I'm on board. I'll keep it that simple, but I'm sure every case they have their personal preference and uh, I'm like you, interested one day to maybe have a session open. Hello, Dr. Ayman. What drew you to OnPassive when you don't need a job, or you were not looking, or you're fine, and why OnPassive,
Right.
or so and so, or that doctor, that engineer, that expert. We have a number of them. I'm interested to know their say on that. But from my side, I thought about it, and I think it's because who we have with us already, and some of the names that are not disclosed. Uh-huh. Strategic names, okay? And of course, seeing the vision and the purpose of OnPassive is greater than just having a job. So they desire to be a part of that, if that helped.
Wonderful. Yes. Thank you so much.
You're
Right.
welcome.
Thank you, Lester. So next, Peter Rogers has a question, but Julie's going to read it, please.
Also, Julie is going to read, guys. Okay, go ahead.
Doesn't have mic.
So, what's happening, guys? Men, hello, men.
Okay.
Can you hear me? You could,
Yeah,
Oh,
Julie.
There you go.
yeah,
oh,
Peter.
right.
Peter.
Great. Okay.
Thank you,
Sorry, I
Peter.
couldn't unmute. Okay, I couldn't unmute Ash, so obviously I can now. Great to be here. Nice to see everybody. Thanks
Nice to
for
see you.
inviting me on. And my question is, Ash, obviously OnPassive are building in-house card processing system that obviously you pay for commissions and to take money for products. Will OnPassive be developing a system for outside businesses to have a card processing system to take card transactions? Is that part of what the in-house system that you're building?
Right, Peter, and that's also it's kind of relevant to what Sherry asked.
Yeah, it was earlier on, but I've been in and out, so I'm sorry I couldn't. I
Well,
didn't get all the
but
questions.
but
So.
sure, you have another piece of it, which is for the businesses, and the answer is yes.
Right. Okay, that's great. Perfect. Okay, thank you.
All right, great. So next was Key, but Key already heard his answer. So wonderful. We go to Andy. Andy Burks, please.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Ash.
Andy.
I had a question regarding. I have a number of sizable organisations and companies that are keen to consider O-Connect. Is there a specific route that we should take when introducing such companies or organisations?
Very, very good question, Andy. And we also have those already orders. So can I allow me to touch up on other areas of OnPassive? So there are some organizations, departments, or ministries, if you wish, at the state departments, for example, they have ordered some of the specifications for us to implement, whether AI or marketing or design or just traditional programming or mobile app, etc. So some robotic hardware. So they've seen some of our demos, and so we've had those orders on the side. At the moment, we're managing them case by case. So we come and weigh in, like, okay, what do we benefit from that? Is it going to distract? Do we have to, take resources and put them in this project? Is it only financial return, or do we have other benefits with, having that credibility by being the software that is doing the labor department of UAE? Example. All right, that's huge. Okay.
Massive.
Okay, so this is how we do it. So there are different values. Now, for the SaaS products, okay, such as O-Connect, everything we just started kind like building and structuring each product as a standalone company. So there will be an O-Connect company where it caters to SaaS ecosystem, of course, the first one. And our goal is to connect everything back to the ecosystem so the affiliates can benefit. But yet we would have a la carte or standalone where they can order, including O-Domain. Okay. So if somebody want to come and like get a domain or website build or whatever with us and hosting quickly with us, but they're not in the ecosystem, that will be a different route. It will be on that external uh, website without the need for them to go to the ecosystem. Perhaps some products like O-Connect, there will be also other names known in the market for the video conferencing services we have. So there will be O-Connect, let's say with the ecosystem, rhyming with the O, etc. And then there will be, let's say, Andy video conferencing uh, standalone company. If just for the market, you can do it as white label for some companies. They want a white label, they want to have the software, etc. Or some will have some request or modifications. So the team of Andy VC will handle that to do the justification because businesses have preferences, and it's something I wasn't open to in the beginning. But when you see um, the potential and the demand by these companies, and you know the disappointment that they will have if we're just like limited to one option. In the beginning, we just want to make it simple, but now we are branching off. So today we don't have that route publicly, but let them see the new release of O-Connect, okay? And maybe, I don't want to say time, but down the road, shortly this year, we're going to have another product that is completely disruptive for the VC area. And then we'll discuss which route they go.
Okay. All
I
right. Thank you very
wish
much.
you could hold them a little bit and they would have more choices. But our interest is to cover them as well, to give them that uh, preference they're looking for.
Yeah, sure. I mean, with a lot of these companies, they want someone to talk to, you know, in order to, like you say, almost white label or design specific. So thank you for that. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Andy. So by the time I'll bring Naral in, why don't we go to Julie Pieri, please, and then we go to Jeffrey. Go ahead, Julie.
Thank you, Minoo. Hello, Mr. Ash. Pleasure to be here. My question is concerning the payment processor. You have spoken about the company having our own payment processor. If you're at LIB, can you give us an update or a time frame when it would be ready? Can you update us on that, please? If you are able to. Thank you.
So without dates or timelines, eventually we will be the payment processor for businesses and for individuals, including that micro transactions we've talked about, okay? Like mobile, that Terry, I think, asked. And the phase we're in right now, we're having, you know, third-party resources available in the market. That's what we have. We have a few, and we have multiple options that we kept for a higher stage when we have more volume because of the volume and the diversity. There's not one solution that we can use that will cover everything we want. The ultimate solution will be our solution. Okay? It's not available yet. Okay? But at the moment, we use other vendors and payment processors. But a few we haven't shared with you yet. They're coming because of the predicted volume that is coming.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ash.
You're welcome, Julie.
Thank you. I thank you, Julie. I believe Narelle is here. Narelle, it's your turn, please.
Hello.
There you go.
G'day. Hello, Mr. Ash.
Hi, Narelle.
And hello to everyone from Australia. I did send in a question. I'll just read it to you. And I have just one other little question after that. So the question that's come in to me over here is that there are quite a few that are not seeing their trimmed links in O-Trim from Australia. I don't know about other countries. I haven't asked. New Zealand is also included in that. They have said that they have tried everything, as in clearing cache, cookies, refreshing, whatever. Is this a concern from the back office, or do the tech team know about this? It has been said that maybe it could be the internet provider, however, or our mobile provider, which is Telstra over here. However, I use the same provider and I have no concerns with my O-Trim, my links or anything like that. So that's the first one.
No problem, Narelle. If you are seeing the same thing, there might be something that our team will check. And Julie, can you leave that in red? I'm just going to copy that to our team. Just leave it the way it is as a pending task. And I'll convey that to the team. They're able to access from other countries and IP addresses. So they will have them check it from Australia and see if there's something on our side or any advice they would recommend.
Thank you.
But
They
it
also
shouldn't be a
did.
big problem. Yeah,
They also said that McAfee, which I think is a security company
yes,
that
antivirus.
blocks things, that may be part of it. Like I said, I use Apple products, not quite sure whether McAfee is applied to myself. That's why I can get through and that's why I can see all the O-Trim links.
McAfee is not on the iPhone, for example. That's the way to try it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So try
And
it on a cell phone.
Yeah, I did. I tried it on my cell phone and all my links and everything works. So not everybody has an iPhone. So it's just something, like you said, if it can be passed on just to be looked at to see if there's something holding it there. The other one was, and just a little bit left field, you talk about like the card and things like that. I just wanted to know, because one of the big concerns over here with a lot of businesses is they pay such a fortune for their FPOS machines to be able to use their FPOS machines. Not quite sure what you call them over there, card machines where you insert or tap. But yeah, I just wanted to know about, having an availability, because I know a lot of them use portable ones. A lot of them use them from certain banks that they're with, but the fees on those FPOS machines are just outrageous. And now they're looking at passing that cost on to the customer, not just, taking it in or accepting that what is. I know American Express itself has a very high percentage, so a lot of people don't use that. So that was just a little question that I wanted to share.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, with that, we go to Jeffrey, please.
Can you leave it in red? No, don't highlight it, please, Julie. Okay, go ahead.
Can you unmute, Jeffrey? We cannot hear you.
No.
We still have a problem. We still can't hear you. Why don't you play with that? Maybe come back, and then we'll go to message from Dr. Masego. Judy, please.
Yes, let me do this.
Thank you.
Dr. Masego, hold on.
After that, we go to Lori, Ivy, and Oliver.
Okay. Could Ash say a little bit about Oblast strategy? How and when we can expect its implementation? For example, will it be overlap, go simultaneously with O-Connect release to the masses? How and when will we be able to will allowed to submit proposal? That's question number one. Should I ask the second, or should you answer that first?
Let me answer that better. So about OBLES and as well all other products, we purposely wanted to hold them until the release of OConnect, whether because they rely on OConnect or like mechanically, or so that the rollout process goes smooth. So for those reasons. And I'm going to also include a question from Collins Manna about the pending withdrawals. So I can include that with it. And also, another reason for not rolling out more products is we want to clear and not releasing more products and not even accepting more payments for OConnect, the first paid product. We have a pause on that. At the same time, we have not released more products, though we have them ready. So we're literally leaving money on the table for us and for you, perhaps, for the reason that we wanted to clear out the commissions, make sure that OConnect is out the first in the upcoming official release, and then that will get the others get unstuck. So everything seems to be uh, lined up strategically just after this first step, which is OConnect official release, clearing out the withdrawals, and then opening with more payment processors and move on to more products, if that makes sense. So that kind of like combined 2-3 questions in one.
Perfect. Thank you. Could you brief us on Egypt, Africa, Arab event, and how can we help include countries that did not attend or benefit from this event?
More of an O media area. So there are two things there that I would say more, but primarily I would say they're more striving for better technologies, AI, education, and media. Those are the areas that are primarily all those countries have in common, and some, not just limited to Africa. However, some of these summits, what they do is they uh, exchange information and see how they can collaborate for some of the companies where they can help them advance or at least align with the rest of the world. So that is the goal. So yes, we are not limited to the countries that have attended, and there's no restriction for who can do that. And politics is involved as well, and countries, regimes, and all of that. But for us, we don't say no to anyone, and I think we have more work than we could ask for.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Julie, for reading that. We go to Lori, please. Then we go to Ivy and then Oliver.
Hi, Ash. I'm real excited about the medical things that are going to be coming through OnPassive and stuff. And I was wondering, would OnPassive do like a medical insurance in the future that, it'd be a lower cost or implemented in medical doctors and things?
If I tell you my objective for this target and purpose tonight, I'll be assassinated. I think that should give you the answer.
Okay. Thank you, Ash.
Right, great, wonderful. Thank you.
They
By the
don't
time,
like what we are doing, period.
Gotcha.
And it's a big industry.
okay, so we're gonna go to Oliver before we go to Ivy. Oliver, go ahead, please.
Yeah, hi everybody. Hi, Ash. Yeah, my question, the first one was already asked by Julie. So, but the next one is about the payment processor. Would that be running in our own AI data center? And how far are we with our AI data center?
Thank you. Well, good to see Oliver.
Thank you, Ash. Good to see
I
you.
shared almost daily. I work with Mr. Frank. He's also from Cameroon, another sharp guy. So he reminds me of you constantly, almost every day. So
Thank you.
many sharp people come from Cameroon that I know. Uh, the payment processor, I'm sorry, I think you also wanted to ask about the payment processor too, but it's been
Yes.
covered, I think, fairly enough.
Yes.
The
Yes.
data center is set fairly to go this year. Okay. Uh, I don't want to say 6 months away and all of that. You never know. This is not a small project. This is a big one. But if all goes well, we will end up this year having the entire ecosystem hosted with us, payment processor, everything is hosted with us, uh, especially ONET, OPAL, all of that. You have to have your data center, your own hosting, because there's something called AWS.
Yes.
They're mafia.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
they're your partners by force when it comes to hosting. For those who don't know, Amazon Web Service is the host most businesses use currently, including X and GoDaddy and everybody. Okay, uh, they're not cheap.
Yes.
They have no mercy, and they don't mind taking your children, not just your money. So yeah, I'm very optimistic it will be this year complete. It's not a normal project the size that we're working on all of that, but I have to tell you, our IT team did an incredible work. They basically traveled to every continent. They traveled the world to come up with something that is disruptive, something that is unique, and it will be cost effective for the users, for the company, environment friendly, the whole nine yards. So I think we're going to change that game.
Okay.
For decades, it's been almost exclusive and monopoly to a couple players on that topic. And that's why they dictate the price. But to be honest with you, the technology is a bit outdated now. You know, the servers that you used to use in 2000, like Google's servers in 2000, the size and the number of machine you needed back then, you could replace a whole farm by one device today. You understand that?
Yeah.
Size, effectiveness, speed, cost, everything has changed. They're monster machines nowadays.
Yeah. Then the other question, my other question on still on the AI data center, are we going to bring in other companies or commercialize our AI data center?
Both.
Good. Why I'm saying this because like AWS, they do have the S3 bucket that is like a meter. The more data comes
Right.
in, the more money they
Right.
charge you. So
Yes.
the earlier we speed up us so that we will house all our
Hybrid.
applications and everything. Yeah. Then
Yes. So remember,
think it's
there's a
going.
standard ecosystem needs, okay, for the SaaS products, and then there
Yeah.
is the enterprise level that we will open to that public, okay. So let's say, remember Andy VC business model?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
let's say that's not OConnect, but it's like another video conferencing application that is open to the public, and that requires hosting. So we need to have our own hosting scalable, of course, our data center, and to be able to cater to any demand. So that is the case. So it will be different, and but also we use MongoDB for the graphic. You know that for the
Okay.
media.
Yes.
So it's not
Yes.
100% AWS. I don't know if you knew
Okay.
that, but we also use MongoDB. People, you don't have to worry
Wow.
about that if you don't know. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you, Oliver.
Thank you. Thank you,
How
Ash. Thanks.
about for a nice break, Mr. Ash? In just a few minutes, it's literally Oliver's birthday, March
I
the
was.
2nd.
Oh wow, that's a beautiful date.
Hey, it's also Ivy's birthday for another
Today.
8 minutes.
Another
You
8 minutes.
You better get in a happy birthday, Ash, or I'm going to fire you.
Beautiful. So what is it like 1901 or 2001? Because the pattern here 3 2. What's next? One. What is it? 81, 91, 71,
Ivy, say
1801.
say something, Ivy.
Oh my God. When I saw that date, I said, I'm going to claim it. I'm going to tell everybody that Ash is having a birthday party on my birthday. That's all. And that's what we have. So, yeah, thank you so much, Ash, for tonight. It's been amazing. And the 1st of March is always an auspicious date all over the world, 3-1. So I just know that all that we've done tonight and what is going to go forward from now is going to be a good thing. It's like all the things you've said, like the I like the alternative lifestyle. Like you have having two of everything is okay. God, we have two eyes and everything. So if we always have a backup, that is really nice. That is really comforting. That is showing that we're going to go a long way and we're going to be around for very long. So I had also written in my comments that I happen to live next to the Blue Origin and the Lockheed Martin offices. And just like Mr. Oliver was saying, when you think of other companies, like we just living next to two big space giants, I also think that will be a greater giant. So every time the third building, I look at it and I say, OnPassive will be here one day and will be bigger than all of them. And we have so many Indians, like you just said, the wealth of knowledge that God gave that region on computer. We have them in this city, because they also man the visa offices. The visa office also is next to that building. So every day it makes me think of our expansion. So I just want to say all that you said tonight is in order. And I just did not, it's not like I don't have a question. The question I'll ask is whenever you think of coming to expand in Colorado, you just have a place. So those were the comments I had made. And I told Mino, I said, I would just say something that is on my heart. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Avi. I like how you said it, to be there, okay? I don't like to replace or bankrupt somebody or get them out of business. Yeah, there's room for success to everyone.
I sent Marty. Marty has not looked at it yet. I sent him the pictures of the building. I said one day we'll be all together. So thank you so much.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alrighty. So with that, we go to Vincent. Then Key has a question to read for Jeffrey Moloch. So Vincent, please. Vincent? Okay, well, let's go to Key. Please read Jeff's message. Then Julie Wynn is going to read Satya's question.
Hey, Minnow.
Yes, yes.
It's Jeffrey. I'm back on. I refreshed, so I'm good now.
Awesome.
Thank you, Minnow, and thank you, Key. Good evening. Mr. Mufareh, it's so good to see you. Thank you, and everybody here, thank you. I'm glad to be following the tech guys here. I think they're awesome, and I'm right in line with that. We've had some recent advancements in blockchain lately. Some of them are great. The DeFi was a no-brainer. But I do know that you had indicated earlier that the blockchain that we're going to be using and the blockchain that we're developing, along with like your AI, it's going to be for internal purposes. But I'm wondering if we're ever going to look at maybe making blockchain as a service, something that we'll do along with the other data system things or data centers. The platforms as a service, or maybe information as a service. Will we at some point offer blockchain as a service, do you think?
Initially, like I said, more good to see you as well, Jeffrey, and I agree with you about the guys. We're so blessed to have them, the intelligence Cameroonian crew, and all other tech guys. Yeah, there are different chooses of that, but initially our goal is to keep it, like to have it for internal use, for applications as standalone, and secondly for the entire ecosystem and marketplace to basically have that data monetization for marketing purposes, for speed and replication, all of that. So that is the initial thing. To go outside that, of course, for transactional pieces, whether it's the finance or medical, all of that, that is going to be the second phase. So initially, we're going to keep it for our users. Secondary, at least internally, and second phase will be to go beyond that. I still didn't say that we're offering that as a service. I didn't get to the point where we're planning to offer it as a service. There will be a better person to talk about that. I will be happy to ask them if the scope of work we have right now is going to lead us to that eventually. I am not so much interested in it, but if they have a better view and why should we make it available for companies or individuals, we can definitely benefit from that.
Thank you. Wonderful. Okay, Miss Julie, want to read Satya's question, please?
Yes, I will do that right now. The future in O-Connect to switch from desktop to mobile and from mobile to desktop.
Yes. So what's the question?
I guess he would like to know if you have the updates on that. Let me read
any comments.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all he said. Please ask on my behalf about the future of O-Connect to switch from desktop to mobile and switching devices. Or I guess
it's a byproduct. It's right now we have it available in all those different formats, and the new release also. I don't know if the Tech Pro know that the mobile app of ecosystem is an authentic it's an original mobile app. In O-Connect is not. You understand the difference? Maybe Collins can address that one of those sessions. So the new release, O-Connect, is going to be authentic O-Connect with that. So the switch is easy right now. If you're logged in the ecosystem and you close one device, you open the other device. But to have it to where the active application that you have open as a part of our AI progression, eventually, if you close one device or the computer shut down, I think I'm going to address something John White asked. This is really good. Okay. John White asked, okay, I'm going to say it if it's okay, unless he's able to talk. And I'm going to mix it with this question about the switching technologies or applications between in O-Connect and everything else. John White said, what technology innovations has been the most challenging to develop, with which one has given you the most joy and satisfaction? So let's take about the most challenging, the part. What technologies are challenging? So, for example, one of the challenges we had, you would never know it. Okay, you don't even know that we're working on it. So let's say you're now on O-Connect and your power goes off. It goes out. Okay, shut down, or your machine. Okay. If you're a speaker, your picture is going to freeze on the screen with us. That's it. We cannot see it. You cannot talk. You cannot, but it's still going to hold the place that. And that is a challenge for us. We're told that we're like almost 2 weeks away from that. And it was a blocker to release this O-Connect. And I finally, 2 days ago, I gave the okay and the green light to go without it, because 99.99 of us would never experience that. But in case you experience it, it's a challenge. But I think we're very close to the resolution to that. When we solve it, you're able to, if your power goes out, if your machine gets freezes or whatever, it's not going to affect the application. And let's say you log in from a different device, and AI is going to know which application you're currently using. So it's almost like you just switch device, but it will be on the exact spot, exact session as a synced application. It's synced all across the different devices. So we didn't solve it. It was a challenge. If that helps you, John White, to know what was some of the challenges. That's one. We have so many. It's no secret. We're changing so many things. We have crazy ideas, but we believe there's a solution to everything, like this one. Okay. So that's the thing. So it's in time. You're not going to have any issue to switch devices. It will be seamless, but even more than that, your account is going to pick up from where you left. It's almost like saving your work automatically. It's important. Let's say you're typing O-Mail and you have like half a page. Something happens. Let's say your internet connection goes down. You don't want to lose that. So it should auto save. All right. Hope this helps.
Great. So looks like Charles has a comment to make, but we go to Niraj. Niraj has a question and hopefully a question. And then we go to Charles. Niraj, please.
First of all, thank you, Minu, and thank you, Ron, for the invitation. And yes, it's a question and it's a related question. So, my first question, sir, is about the bulk payments. Like, my question was, is the test complete of 100 people? And if yes, then the other payments, from which email are they coming? Because a lot of people are getting spams, or not understanding whether it is a spam or it is related to the same. So if you could throw some light on that.
I'm glad. Thank you so much, Neeraj. That's a good question. I'm glad we're aware of it. Okay. Um, in general, don't ever pay money to get money. If somebody is trying to uh, abuse your email by saying pay this because you're gonna get that, don't ever pay that. OnPassive doesn't ask you to pay money by email. Okay. And if anything happens, we will always give you heads up to that. You can only just use your card from the main marketplace. That's how you can subscribe to our product, and that's the only way. So we don't send email, we don't put a pop-up or Facebook or ashes like collecting. None of that is genuine. All of it scam. You see the headline, delete, don't read. I would never ask you for money. I don't even access Facebook. I don't use it. I'm not going to send you an email to ask you for money. Not the company is going to do that. There's a marketplace, proper shopping cart, checkout through the system. That's the only way. All right? Don't respond to anybody. Nobody's going to collect money on our behalf. Now, the bulk mail had some issues. That's why we had to pause it. So we had issues. We paused it. And if all goes well with the backup plan, we might not need to send that email. It will be through or verify in the back office. So we bypass sending that link by email. It was a little bit, I would say, inconvenient and difficult. It's not user friendly. And for that reason, we paused it. The truth, okay? And the second or the next upcoming one, the bulk mail, rather it will be handling all in one, without having to go through the scaling issue. I think within a short period, I'll be able to address, go check, everybody's paid out 100%. Very, very close to that. Okay. So we're going to clear things out without having to stage it as previously we did, with a better option, without the need to go and do the KYC by email for an external company. It was not my preference, but I took that over zero. At the time, we had nothing, so I needed to get that moving, at least slower, more difficult, but better than zero. Okay. So it's not a difficult choice, uh, but because it was not smooth, so we decided to halt that.
Thank you very much.
And good news for India, we will be able to pay bulk in those cards. You would have to order the card. It will be by order, and it's an option. You don't have to. Our goal also to have net pay, what do you call it? Net banking in India. So our goal to have that, so it will be instant, but it's limited to a daily 1 lakh, 100,000 Indian rupee, INR. That is the rule. But we are going to give options. Okay. So we'll give you the net banking. We'll give you the card. With everything they did to me, India, I'm still spoiling them. But I guess love is powerful.
So Ash, I will also get. I'm Indian or here in Canada.
You have a good advantage. You can play Indian when you need to, and you can play Canadian when they're in trouble. Yeah.
If you're giving money over there, I'll go to India. Then when you're giving money here, I'll come here.
Okay, with that, let's go to Charles Osan comment, please. Thank you for your patience, Charles.
Oh, thanks, Minu, and thanks, everybody. I actually have a comment and a question, right? But I'll start with a comment because I am overwhelmed with joy today after this webinar. So just so you know, Ash, I had never doubted this business even 1 second from the day I listened to you the very first time. I already anticipated these difficulties. As a matter of fact, to me, it's still record timing for what's being accomplished, in my opinion. Okay, not that I don't need money. I do need money more than anybody else, but I also do understand that these kind of things take time, right? So I'm ultra patient, and I'm really overjoyed today, especially you recounting what you've gone through. So we are just at a good place. We just see the good things, the easy part. And I always knew that this project is divine. And because God gave it to you, He will give you the people to work with you and to get you out of it successfully in due time. And when God gives you a project, the project is delivered in His own timing, not ours. We may want it today, tomorrow, but He has His timing. And He has let you grow into it so that you can now overcome. So I'm really very glad. You talked about the phases, the ecosystem being the first phase. You talked about starting phase 2, phase 3. Never mind the dependencies that might be in between, just because you have people that are engineers. And I'm really comfortable hearing that. I'm happy about just the idea of the OnPassive group. Okay. So it keeps me at a place where I'm sure today is going to be one of my best days ever with this company. Okay. So thank you. Congratulations for everything that you've done, accomplished, to you and to the team, and to all of those who have believed in you and the vision from day one. I just want to thank everybody. Okay. Now, the question. Today in the market, we have devices, applications that run in the 4K resolution. I know you had once told us that our O-Connect can go up to 8K.
True.
And you also said, but because it can go up to 8K doesn't mean we can use it at 8K because of that bottleneck out there for those devices. You also mentioned to us that OnPassive is going to be coming out with devices, hardware devices that can handle the 8K. So it's just going to make O-Connect run at the lightning speed and clarity. Now, the question is, any updates on those hardware devices? If it's possible for you to talk about it. If not, it's okay. We'll wait as usual because we know it's coming. It's a done deal.
They were done since April 2023, roughly a year ago. And you cannot release them and you're not officially satisfied with the product to where you want to take it. Now is the time. So since we're coming out to the stable and viral commercial release, it will be more reasonable to include other products and add to that the payment processors, the commissions, all of that. So we don't want to start into selling devices, technologies, hardware, tools before nailing O-Connect and before clearing the pending payments and having a long run, for the purchasing. So those are the reasons. So there's nothing else to wait for except the strategic plan in the logistics, but they are done.
That is good to know. That's going to take us at another level as far as the competition.
Great. Thank you, Charles. Thank you. We have a question from Dr. Benny that Julie is going to read, please, and then we go to Joyce.
How many more we have left?
That's it. That would be it.
So who we have? I'm sorry, next.
Dr. Binney has a question. Julie is going to read it.
Okay.
And then Joyce is going to make a nice comment.
Hello, Mr. Ash. I did do a withdrawal. I did not receive any system email up until now. It has been a month. I am still waiting for the response.
That means it's not processed. So, yeah, some people requested from October, did not receive. So I'm not sure what's the question. She's probably hasn't been aware. We have paused the withdrawal process and the payment process for the reason of the processes and the payout system, and that is what we just talked about. Almost ready to clear all of that out. So it is not a problem. There's no issue. It's just there's a delay in the execution of that. The truth. I'm not saying we have payments from last year pending, and that's why we're not accepting more payments. And that's what we've been talking about the whole session. Soon will be addressed, so you will know.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ash. And Joyce, please.
Thank you, Manu. Hello, Ash, and thank you, Ryan, for this platform. I just wanted to comment and say I'm just so excited about what's going on and where we're going. And when you were talking about the challenges that you've had, and because of the challenges, it's made you the person that you are, and it's taken us to the point where we are right now. And in life, without challenges, the bigger the bigger the dream, the more adversaries that we have.
The harder
And
the
so
battle.
that's
Yeah.
right, the harder the battle. But you have come through the battle, and I know that God is ordained you for this. And like you said, it's a done deal. So we are just so excited, and we're so blessed to be in this place that you decided to bring us along. And when you said when the locomotive train starts to go, there is no stopping it. And so I'm just really blessed to be here in this space and to be in the place that God has allowed and that you have brought us along with. And when you're talking about all these things that are happening and the people that you've attracted, that is just so amazing, Ash. And I'm just kudos to you, to the team, and to everyone. That someone said that what made these people attract you, because positive and intelligence attracts that. So you're attracting the people that God has placed in your path to be there. So thank you again so much, and the team and everyone that's working so hard behind the scenes, where you don't have to do this, but you do it because you have the heart for people, the heart for humanity, and the heart just to love. And just, and like I said, when I met you, you were just that person. You were honest, you were intelligent, you were down to earth, you were funny, you were loving, and you made all of us feel like we were the only person in the room. And I know that will continue to radiate from you. And because of what you've done, now we're able to see life differently, and we're able to do life differently. We're able to just to love people more and to accept people more, and just really appreciate you for all that you've done, for all that you're going to do. And it's going to happen. It's a done deal. People stop worrying, chillax. We got this. Thanks.
Thank you, Joyce. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joyce. Means a lot from you. You just have to up your game and get better. And I agree with you. Not only I wouldn't give up, I wouldn't do anything else. That's the only thing I would do. I was born for this.
Mr. Ash, I sent you something to your phone from Narelle. I think you should probably look at that. I left her a little note that she went with her too. Something you guys could probably look at. Might make sense. Joyce is from Michigan. That's why she is who she is. That's Michigan blood there.
Incredible. Incredible. At least she didn't sell it out for a warmer place.
Yeah,
Well, so far in the panel, Dan Street hasn't said a word, and Raphael, if you have anything to say, Then we wrap it up beautifully with Julie Wynn. Go ahead, Dan or Raphael.
No, I'll say a couple things. Thank you, Ash, for everything. All my questions I had were answered, so I didn't pop in and say anything. You know, as long as everybody here believes in this process and this journey, and I'm one of those believers that I just know that the process is going forward, and as long as everybody stays engaged, I mean, it's just a trust issue. If we all trust in OnPassive and Ash and the team that he's put together, and you're comfortable with all of the processors and the team and everybody that you've put together. So that's the only comment I have, and I just we're just blessed. All of us are just blessed to be a part of this, and this has been. And you know what? O-Connect is running perfectly tonight. It's so clear. Everybody is so clear, and you know, there's no issues at all. And this isn't even the final version, so that's exciting. So thanks again, Ash, and thanks everybody. It's been a wonderful webinar.
Appreciate you, Dan. Thank you so much. I'm glad.
All right. Norel messaged me that John White has his hand raised.
Yeah.
John, are you here?
He's texting me right now. I don't know if he came back. I did, John, unless you got more.
While we wait for John White, let me say what's up to all. Thank you, Minnow. Thank you, Ron. Hello to you, Mr. Ash. My question to you, Mr. Ash, I know we talked about some products tonight. Most of my questions has been answered already. Is there coming sometime in the future where OnPassive will have their own devices which are infused with OnPassive own hardware? Like, say, take for instance, mobile devices, laptops, and stuff like that. That's my question.
I missed that. I'm sorry.
I might be lagging because I'm on a hotspot. If someone else heard what I asked, could you repeat it for me,
No,
please?
go for it. One more time.
Okay, I'm asking if sometime in the future, we talked about products earlier, is OnPassive going to have a product that is, say, for instance, using a mobile device, a phone, laptop that is infused with OnPassive own hardware? That's what I'm asking.
I heard you exactly, but I'm trying to make sense or to
Okay, like
to
for
give
instance,
clarity. Give
you
me
know,
examples.
Apple has their own devices with their own hardware. What OnPassive has something similar to that?
Are you saying like our software works on a specific hardware, or the other way
Yes.
around?
Yes, specific hardware, specifically for OnPassive.
Not we haven't had a plan for that yet. I'm not sure if I completely understand you, but or you're
So, Ash, what he is trying to say here is, you know, for instance, the way they have the Apple hardware and they've built it with iOS, and you have the Android tablet, and it will OnPassive have something like that.
Correct.
No, not that we planned anything yet. Any reason for that, Raphael? Why would we do it?
Well, I'm just
Should be
asking because
compatible with every phone provider or device or hardware provider with any operating system. Should be compatible.
Yeah, but I know that eventually we're gonna, and very soon we're gonna own it. So that's why I asked that particular question. You know,
I get it.
If we own it, then we would cover everything.
Got it. Yeah, not yet. We're not planning to have any exclusivity of that on that direction for now.
Okay, understood.
Unless you want us to start thinking of that.
Yeah. I think it would be nice. Or even yet, say for instance, now I'm using a hotspot because my internet service here in the Bahamas in Eleuthera actually was down all day from about 10 a.m. So I'm on a hotspot just to be on this webinar from my phone data. So will we have something that with O-Verify, not O-Virtual, that would solve that problem?
Understood. Uh, Not yet. Okay, so you're uh, Raphael. You know what's the problem with most women?
Uh-oh. Wait.
I'm
Disclaimer.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Disclaimer.
kidding.
Disclaimer.
Or wives to be
There you go.
specific.
That's
They
better.
have high expectations from us. We're not that deep, okay? They really think we're that complicated. No, we're so you probably have too much
Well,
expectations.
my thing is that I figure you had all the easy questions earlier, so I just will give you one for your brain at the end.
Thank you. Okay,
I
I'm
think
good.
with that, we go to Julie. You have your questions. Yeah.
Wait. Does she have a question? Because Niraj has a bounce question. Julie, got a question or comment? Can I bring Niraj in? Because he gets all wants me to hug him and stuff if I don't give his way. So come on,
Sure.
Niraj. You owe me, Niraj.
Yeah, definitely. I owe you. Ash, one more question. Can you give us some sequence of activities for March 2024? You talked about the O Connect commercial version. You talked about clearing the bulk payments. You talked about launching new products. Could you also touch up something on traffic and bonus if you're allowed? Uh, or any other activities that we can expect in March or later?
Have you been talking to Raphael before? All right. I appreciate that. I know you. I know you, Neeraj. Okay, you're asking for others, but uh, I wish one day it would become like we've got enough for the day. We're happy with that, but I think we have to realistically allow the company to do what's possible. Okay, uh, if we have that everybody's like focused on one area. I know a common area is like the withdraw. Another common area is for those who don't have withdraw, they want to generate money or basically be given money for nothing, and they're expecting to have enough traffic to generate that. So this is really over expectations, and where others, might have, and I like that too. Everybody's valid. There's no wrong or right. Okay, it's just a preference. There, there may be having some preference on some products, or they want to have more products open in the marketplace so they can generate more revenue. Others, that's it. They got what we have now. Next, like it's like that entertainment vibe. So everybody has their own uh, prediction, expectation, and all of that. Uh, I really ask, and I hope you can understand. Uh, it is more productive to let the company achieve what's possible, what's realistic, in a proper manner without having that like pressure. Oh no, ouch, we have to focus on this now. And we really have our hands are full in every possible way: time, people, resources. There's nothing else we believe like we're behind with it. um, so let us finish, and I think we're doing more than any company would do for you. But it you have to make up your own common sense. And I'm not saying to Neeraj, please, everybody understand. He's an amazing guy. He's asking for others. Okay, and he asked amazing questions. So I'm asking everybody to think about, like, make common sense. So if you're focused on that, like, does it make sense now to get into other bonuses or traffic, or the priority for us, for example, to release the commercial O-Connect and open the payment processor again, or add more, release the previous withdrawal, open more, so make up the connection. You would probably decide maybe it would be healthier to talk about this maybe in a couple of weeks, once that clears up. And to respect everybody, some people come with a question previous to the session, and that's what they had in mind, and they ignore what they've learned throughout the session because they just like set their mind for that question. So make sure, well, I think it's fairly addressed, or you can make up your own analogy about that and walk away with understanding, and it might be probably more, I don't want to say appropriate, more meaningful in a couple of, everything is appropriate, okay, but it probably be more relevant and meaningful in another time.
Thank you, Ash.
Thank you, Niraj. I know I call her on passive sweetheart, Janet Butler. I know you are crazy busy taking notes, and I know you wanted to stay in the back, but you're just gonna have to say something. We love you. Sorry.
Hi. Yeah, I'm sitting here just doing some editing. But no, I'm listening. It's nice to be here. No, I've enjoyed being here. Always love hanging out with all of you guys. One day looking forward to just meeting and seeing everybody. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you,
for
Janet.
all we do.
And why do you call her the sweetheart of OnPassive?
Yes. The princess. All right. With that, Miss Julie, you probably have a question or two. Julie Wynn.
Yes, I do have a question, but do you have someone that you were wanting to have them ask the question first?
I think I went through my list.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Give me 1 second. Let me go through the list really quick.
Did John Boyd got a chance to speak?
John, if you are here.
Ash, check your phone again. Something in the chat I want you to see, please.
John, can you unmute?
John Boyd, can you unmute?
Who said that? No, that's not true.
Yes.
He's a naysayer, Ash. I don't know how he got in here, but you might want to check that, what you can find out from that.
The name, so I can.
You want the name?
Put them out. Yeah.
Chris McNair.
No, I texted. So, or
I sent you the whole message.
While y'all are doing your text thing, John White, go ahead and speak for us, man.
Hi, John.
Can't hear you, buddy.
In the meantime.
Can you hear us, John?
He can hear us.
He looks frozen to me.
No, he's moving. I can see he's just skinny.
Maybe that's it.
Lost a lot of weight.
He has.
John, can you speak? No, we can't hear you, buddy.
We heard him slightly. Yeah, speak up, John. Is that him or somebody else?
I think somebody else, Ash.
It was him, Mr. Ash, but I think his internet is, because for me it looks frozen, so he might be cutting in and out.
Right, with that, there is a question from Trevor Peters. Julie, if you would read that, please.
John, call my cell phone.
Yeah, yes, Manu. Let me take a look at the question really quick. Hold on. At what moment do you feel that OnPassive will become a common name such as Google, Apple, Nike, Amazon, Sony? And at what milestone must we cross to achieve this status?
Trevor Peters, very good question. Yeah, the main thing is I do believe it will be. And as Ivy said, she envisions that we're one of the big players at the global stage. I do believe we will be. It's hard to know when. I mean, how can I know? But I know it will be a household name and brand recognized with the big dogs. And at some point, I do believe that it will be more important to our life than others because of what we would provide in the upcoming stages. What's your feeling, Trevor? But I know he's not talking. Could be a couple of years.
Hey Ash, I can talk on that.
Please.
I do believe we are now, not in the future. And now we are now. If you go to Dubai Mall, you go to the train station, you go Abu Dhabi, with all the tourists that are going there, I think it's already a kitchen name. That's my belief, and I strongly hold on that.
I agree with
It's a
you. In
kitchen.
some areas, like we are known, okay, or we're more impactful. But I want to also be more practical in terms of what we offer and the daily uses of a broader customer base. We're not there yet. Okay, the many people use Google, Apple, Amazon for those different reasons. We're not there yet. Okay, we have a good buzz. Okay, thanks to our media and marketing departments and the way we do things. We have a style where we have a swag, if you wish. Uh, but I know we're going to be there, and I know we will be more merciful and more. People will trust us more in terms of uplifting humanity, and they recognize that we were truly intended uh, to to improve their life, despite who they are and where they come from and their ability and all of that. If you're no value to YouTube, let's say, if if you cause trouble or hassle, guess what? You're out in a blink. You could have 1 million or 10 million customers. I have cases, I know. You could have millions of followers. You work years and years and years to build that customer base and followers. You work so hard to build it, and one tiny violation, you're out. You're nothing to them unless you're of value to them and you increase their bottom line. Yeah, they keep you. But anything else, you're out. Just a number. Nobody cares about you. Nothing with heart. So that's an advantage I believe we have. We're distinguished in our humanity and our heart. And I have never said this to Trevor or to you or to Oliver. As Ash Mufareh, I have never, 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 never sat down and calculated, oh, I wish we would have this many people or this number. I never go on that. But what I do is when we're building something, I know this could attract so and so number. So my duty and my part is to be prepared for that so we can serve effectively. But I never, oh, I wish we can crush them. I wish we could kill them. No, I don't have that mind. Maybe my son has that in mind, but not me. I believe we were created to add value to everybody, not to take value or not to take away value from anyone. Okay, so 3 hours and a half. If you see the clock at the top.
Mr. Ash, would you please allow one more person?
Yeah, of course.
Lynn Nakamoto has some either comments or questions. Go ahead, please.
Oh, thank you, Manu.
Yeah.
I have a question regarding the future, Ash Mufareh. You know, we're talking about today and all that's been happening, but I really would like to know what your vision is for OnPassive and where it will be 10 years or more from now.
I love that question. That's more rational. I would say definitely will be done with the first three phases on Earth, and that is the time I'm actually looking for. I'm 50 years old, though I don't look like it. I'm not aging in any way. Thank you, thank you. I know, but uh, I don't plan when I'm 80. I don't plan when I'm 70. I don't know my mental capacity or any other capacity I have. So I'm working so hard that within the next 10 years, I completely unload everything in my potential, including the main three phases of OnPassive, which and they will definitely reshape the planet in every aspect. The life is going to be 10 years from now, 2034, 35. There's going to be a very, very easy, distinguished difference between the life before OnPassive and the life after OnPassive. And the inventions and the things that will be in our daily details will be live, and I believe in every household. If you ask me my wish, or maybe at least a hope for that, may God lead us to, as fast as possible, to the right people and more of the talented people that they can carry the mission alongside with us, and we can speed up the process effectively without drama, without manipulation and abuse, like the previous couple of years. I'm very hopeful for that. I'm very hopeful because we get better every stab, every exercise, every challenge. Uh, as Les Brown says, if you can look up, you can get up, right? Every time we get smacked, in the next hour we're planning something else. You cannot crush us. You cannot crush us because we will do this because we're doing it for the right reasons. I like your question, Lynn. So I believe it will be very, very obvious within 10 years, time reasonably. I like that time line. There has to be an obvious, noticeable difference between the life before OnPassive, say now, okay, so 2024, the life is something now. I will be, I will be, I'm almost confident it will be in a different position, much better collectively in 10 years from today. And how old would the Rob Gorman be?
85. 85.
He will be sexy and hot and young too.
85 years young.
He doesn't look like it, man. I look like his uncle. How old is your oldest kid, Rob? Your first kid?
Can you?
First kid is 51.
51.
Older than me. Wow. I'm going to be calling you Uncle Rob, okay?
Rob could be your daddy.
Easy,
But,
Johnson.
but he's in a better shape. My dad looks like his grandpa.
Did you hear that, Chris? He said, "Easy, Johnson."
Oh, I heard him. I'm in Florida. I didn't need the computer. I heard him.
Just open the window, yeah. All right, who else, Minu?
Julie,
anything
and
else?
then Ron will wrap it up and put a bow on it. So, Julie?
Julie, you want to take a look at we have
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4
Yes.
highlighted, or 5?
Yes.
No.
5. You know what? We have Lynn spoke. So
Well,
Rob has questions.
No, I miscounted. No. How many? 1, 2, 3. Remember, Narelle is pending. 1, 2,
1, 2,
3, 4.
4, and mine is 5. So we have 5 left.
Go ahead, Julie. I'll wrap it up after you're done.
Oh, okay. But Lynn just spoke, so let's address Rob's questions. Would that be okay with you, Mr. Ash?
Yeah. Tell me.
Yeah, it's right here. He spoke about physical products. Well, let me get to him. Okay.
So which Rob?
Rob Woman.
Okay.
Right
Your
here.
daddy. Your daddy.
Yeah. He's here. He can ask it.
Yes. Would you please have Rob ask the question?
Son, how you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you, son.
Hey, Uncle, how many sons do you have that you can mix them up?
Can't mix them up. I got 4, and I guess you've been added to the mix. So there you go.
Very good. All right.
Yeah, my question was about the physical products. I know you had alluded to the fact that since April of last year, there's something that's either finished or just about to be finished. Will that product be available, do you feel, to the general public, or will it just be available to the founders initially?
So I think the very first couple of physical products are, they're a number, okay? They're not a couple. So they will be hardware equipments and devices and wires and audio video components for O-Connect. That is the first wave of hardware products. So obviously past this month, it would be a more reasonable time to start deploying some of them to make them available within the ecosystem for O-Connect. Does it mean anybody else out in the public can use them for other products? Yes. Okay. But they would be more meaningful and branded and perfectly work with O-Connect. So we don't have plan to put them out to the public, though we could just put them on a public website. But we're not that hungry for sales per se.
I got it. I'm ready to rumble. I sent you a package. You should get it Monday.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You didn't have to, but that's very nice of you.
No.
Yeah, I'll pick it up at the office for you, Ash.
Oh no! Don't let Johnson anywhere near. All right. Thanks,
Rob. Appreciate it.
Julie Wen.
We have a question from Pat Parent.
Yes, she's asking about the. Go ahead, Julie. You want to read it, or should I just address it? Go ahead.
Would you please address it? It's regarding to products that start with letter B, O, B something. So.
Yeah. So I mentioned Avatar yesterday. What else did I say?
There's a
Maybe I was giving an example or something. Anybody else remember our
Yeah,
conversation
You
yesterday?
were talking about booking.
Yeah.
Oh, booking. Okay. Yeah. So what? Well, do you think that's what she's asking about? She's
no.
asking about the breather. Okay,
Yes,
but
breather. So let me just read it, just so that everyone could hear the question. Mr. asked, as we spoke before about breathing, concentrator machine. I am curious if when you said yesterday there are another OB product coming, if that was O Breathe Right. Wahoo!
no,
Got
that's booking. Yeah, or Avatar. Okay. Uh, so let's put it this way, Pat and everybody else. Uh, so we have created a device. Oh no, that's going to get me in trouble. Well, let's put it that way. I'm not going to say what it does and why and all the details. So it's done, and I think it's been nearly 2 years or so. Okay, done. All right, completely done. But we haven't done mass production, and we didn't strategize a market plan for it. Okay, that's it. So the product that you and I know, Pat, and everybody, okay, which is a breather concentrator machine that runs pretty much for a lifetime, uh, that is done as a prototype, as individual tests. You understand? But we didn't do that in mass production, nor had a plan how to roll it out. It just, I guess, it's either not a priority or not the mass or massive demand as it would have been during the pandemic. And in that, I really oppose the profitability aspect of it. I feel like we should just like produce them and give them away. See, do a head count, how many people in the world need it, ship them, everybody. Maybe we can make that a project in O Connect. I'm sorry, on O Bless. We go do analytics, how many people are in need, get their addresses, get the database. Is it reasonable? I make it on me and ship it to everybody. Or, we can create a campaign if it's overwhelming in Obless and everybody gets a device and they breathe for life. It's oxygen, guys.
Ash,
How do you want me to sell that?
if you took that device to the NBRC national conference, which is done once a year in the United States, and let get the feedback from therapists and organizations across the United States, it would be
Okay, I have
done.
more than that. I don't want to get into it, but I also have something about cancer. Okay, and if I put any information out to the public at the moment,
I
my
understand.
life
I understand.
is at the line. That's
I,
a problem. The
I
other thing
understand.
is the breather is not just about the medical benefit and component and FDA, corruption and crap. I care
Right.
less about that because it does work and it does save lives and it's inexpensive and it can last lifetime. So it goes completely at the opposite of the logic of the medical system that we have, which is to make money and suck your blood, and who cares about your health? That's how it goes. So if they know not, it will be exposing the other breakthrough that we have about the energy side. You understand?
I got it.
And that's something I'm not ready to give it out. That's probably a big reason.
I understand.
If anybody think there's no solution to everything or disease or sickness that we have, uh, again, they have been on a picnic away from planet Earth for the last century. We have anything has a solution. But there's not a will to bring that to usability. Don't get me going, please, yeah, because you know how I feel. I'm sure you feel the same way. Key.
Yeah.
You know it inside.
Yes.
But like Glenn said, that's one of the things I believe. Uh, sometime from now, we will make it better. We should
I'm
make it right.
relaxing. I'm relaxing, Ash. I'm gonna watch the rocket launch tomorrow. I'm relaxing.
Chillaxing.
I'm chillaxing. I'm chillaxing in Florida. Not there
Oh,
yet.
nice.
Almost.
Nice.
I'm in Georgia.
All right.
I was stuck on 95. I thought you were talking about me when I came on. Bad wreck on 95. Sat there for 2 hours.
Well, drive safe.
Yep. Thank you. And Julie, is it your turn yet?
It's Jennifer Dickinson in the house. Manu, it's her question.
No, she had the flu, so. But you can ask. She's probably listening.
She's sick.
Okay, I can ask. It's a platform was discussed in 360 for agenda scheduling. Is it just personal use or will it be business? For example, I manage both. Okay, we should move on to the next questions. You've answered it. The next one is asked by someone through Chris. Hi, Chris. I have a question for Mr. Ash if you feel it would be appropriate or valuable. I was just out on OnPassive website in O-Media section. I was reading about our partnership best moments. I noticed that it came out in February 2023. In the article, it stated that the agreement was 1 year and after either party could extend if agreed upon. I was just curious to know if we are indeed partner with Best Moment once again. Thank you for your time and consideration. May you continue to enjoy your family. Happy healing.
So I answer the question, you read the question, and hello, Chris Johnson, the hero.
Someone's got to be a hero, right?
We're just the help, and he gets the hello. Who was that? I think they're going too deep, reading our agreements and all of that. Yeah, our agreement's still intact, and I don't think this is a public matter. It's like an internal thing.
Yeah, they wondered if that was an appropriate question or not. So
Some people just go too deep, and I wish one time I have the life to read my own agreements to go and read.
Okay, Julie, is it your turn or you
I
still?
think there is one more question by Dr. Helene.
Need to be read and signed.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
This question is more kind of like a private matter, and so I won't read it. But Dr. Helen, if you could.
My answer is I don't care about it. Okay?
Oh, that you. Okay. Hello,
Why would you care?
Hello, Brother Ash. Always blessed, feeling blessed each time you come out to speak. We still have pending withdrawals. Are we going to cancel that upon receiving our commission?
She's talking about old ones.
You're not going to cancel. You're going to receive those. Then they will be marked as successful, from pending to successful, and then you can reload if you have commissions. You can initiate another request.
Answer twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to cancel if it's not paid, unless you want to change the wallet or the method.
Gershman, mute yourself.
Yeah, I have a question. Whenever Minu will allow me, then I will jump in.
Hello, Minu.
Go ahead, Julie. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, there's a question from one of our founders.
Just a minute. Stand by.
Okay.
Just a minute. Julie, go ahead.
I have just one very short question that you have already mentioned about Ash Bomb, but you changed that to Ash Kiss. Are we close to hearing the big Ash bomb or ask?
That's a Julie question. Yes.
The Julie
So I was again. I have nothing but open transparency, and I get in trouble for that. I don't know why people don't want you to be transparent, like your legal team and everyone. Why did you say that? Well, why should I say something else? Okay. So I know I'm gonna get in trouble for that. So this was set to be announced in November, believe it or not. So I'm set back nearly 3 months, okay, from some, I'm going to say some greed. I'm not going to say who it is and all of that, okay? So that got involved, that we decided to change direction, but it's not impacting the overall outcome. It's just somebody or some direction was sucking our time to somebody's advantage, and we recognized that. We stopped and decided to go in a different way. So if you make the plan, the math, I'm 4 months delayed on that. So do some quick math, you will know when.
Thank you. Manu, there's one more question that.
One more, and then we go to Gusmander, please.
Sorry, Gusmander, just one more. It's a question I believe we all would like to know. The question was asked, what percentage founders have not subscribed to O-Connect? But if I may change that to a bit, saying what percentage of founders have subscribed to O-Connect?
I'm going to have to check reports and look into that. But if I'm not looking and it's not important, I don't know why it matters. But we do have roughly 3 million subscribers to the ecosystem. And it was several hundreds above, that have been paid. I would imagine we're about 1 million paid users of O-Connect. Wow. Between the two, the executive special and the original also discounted first release, altogether probably nearly 1 million paid customer. Obviously, not all of them are founders. So I never looked at the amount of founding versus not, but anybody that was a founder, when they activate O-Connect, their $99 was on the spot credited to them. Obviously, they paid 143 or 93 instead of 190 or 240, if you remember the numbers. So fewer people paid the full price, whether the 190 or the 240. So I would imagine the vast majority are founding members of the 1 million subscribers, paid members. I'm not, again, I'm not chasing the numbers or the clock or the meter. I just work till it's done. Happy with the outcome. So almost 4 hours. I mean, we can do something.
Sounds good, Ash. Let's let Gusmander go for the last one, and then we'll wrap this thing up.
Minu, who's the last? Sorry.
If Julie probably has a question too, but we go after Gusmander. Go ahead, Gusmander.
Oh, Gusmander first, and then Julie. Okay.
Thank you, Minu. So Ash, this is a question from our founder Madhav from India. He's also an IT guy, and so 2 questions. The first one goes is that so does O-Connect support evergreen webinar, like in the upcoming edition, like Everjam or evergreen webinar? Those are recorded and played live, something like that.
I missed that. I'm sorry.
So, like the new release which is coming, so does it support like a recorded webinar, or in a, what he's written, that does O Connect support evergreen webinar?
Oh,
Uh,
yes. So uh, I know what he means. The evergreen is that to have a playback.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Uh, I'm not sure. I don't think we have this in this release.
Okay. Mhm. Okay. The second question is that uh, can we use on-passive technologies while traveling? Like in case of Facebook or Google, it flags off or alert for like a IP address change or something like that. So which is not a travel friendly. So does our technologies has these features? While traveling, we can use our like ecosystem.
Absolutely. No restrictions.
So it doesn't require like while Google or Facebook, they go for a verification. Uh,
To update the process. No.
okay.
It's if you have access and you're in Canada, you come here to the States, or you go to Europe, or you go to India, or anywhere. It's your account. You should access it without a problem.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else has something in mind that was not written, just popped up, or you triggered
So I
curiosity?
will continue with my some question because
What
I got
another hour? No problem. Yeah, I'm
no,
kidding.
just a simple question, because founding members sometimes they're confused about that, what they feel or what they say, that when we get traffic, so does that traffic is like a paid and unpaid both, or it's only paid?
Well, initially, we have roughly a million paid people, right? Do the math. We have 3 million
Hmm.
guaranteed signups, not
Paid.
uh, just trial or anything. Uh, those are mostly with no parents. So there's a big portion of them will be located by the prioritization we've talked about with the founding members who paid, and in some criteria we've talked about, right?
Yeah.
Time, all of that, and some others. And some others, I wish, they just leave on passive, not just to give them traffic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody can name. I have a list of 52. I wish God would consider. Yeah, it's a big list, but not too bad. That's a short list. I'm kidding. Okay, but uh, but the uh, the math is simple. Those are the first giveaway. Then OnPassive has other like we have other traffic on hold. Okay, so we release those. We don't have an account. I'm not building an account for me or for somebody. We don't have that. Even the staff are begging to have their own account so they can market because they want to share. They're passionate about that. Tonight, I not like earlier before this meeting, I had one business owner I spoke to in person. I met them quickly, and they needed to. I was rushing to go to the conference, and they needed to sign up. Like they said that we already see, and we need, like, can you get? I said no. Let me figure out like who I want to contact you to give you a link. That's a friend of mine, wealthy individual, successful business owner, major brand. Most of you know it, not some of you, in the States, okay, at least. And, I'm blessed that he's a friend, but I couldn't give him a link. So any potential traffic, the first are the 2 million, plus some other pending traffic and campaign, do our events and all of that. So we'll push it also accordingly to the uh, affiliates and founding members only. We're not giving the affiliates. But after that, it will turn into paid. But organically, anything we generate is, again, I don't have a link. I don't share it. Even somebody who's a business owner, they're dying for what we have. And I said, no, hold on. I'll have somebody contact you. Maybe they want O staff. I'll have them maybe reach out to somebody like Daryl or Susie who's more excited about this or been a good advocate and good input. But eventually, if you follow the details when we talked about the blockchain, that is centralizing. And when we have the data, so we become a big, massive directory, like where people can shop and campaign and trade everything. So we are the traffic. It's not going to be 10 years, as we discussed with Lynn. It's really in a short period of time, we will be the traffic, the only traffic. I like, you wouldn't be interested in somebody on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I'm saying out loud. You know how much the influencers I gave the the YouTube. I think Gusminder, you know that you know how YouTube is. They could slap anybody in a blink. I'm sure most of you suffered some discomfort with them at some point. They have no mercy. You know the influencers. If somebody has 1,000 followers, 1,000 loyal followers, them following them in one of our applications, say Onet, that can turn into a residual long-term income with lucrative work without having to repeat that and repeat that. And they don't have to sleep with one eye open, scared their account could be shut down or restricted any minute. So it's only a matter of time for those influencers to come. You know what influencers mean? That's it. You got all the traffic because everybody follows somebody, right? But I'm talking about those people who see they see the potential with us, same followership or followership that they have or the few viewership they have. But when it becomes in the ecosystem, the return on that is massive. You don't need 5 million people to generate so and so revenue. You know the numbers because multiple products, SaaS products, renewal, residual, it's crazy. And then open more markets, okay? And they don't have to keep begging them to subscribe or watch. If they don't watch, no engagement, no income. No new videos, no income. It can get cut off overnight. And some people are definitely going to feel more connected with it. Like the guy that has 4 followers on X, why don't you just text everybody on your list? Like if you have 4 followers, I know somebody has 4 followers.
Chris.
Twitter, X, okay. So why don't you just text them? Why do you have to post? You understand? So the logic is, but if you're in OnPassive, you're not going to have 4. If you have something 40, 50, 400, 4,000 overnight. I laugh when I see somebody like, you have 5, 4 followers. Why don't you just text everybody? You know, you have to post it 280 characters. Yeah.
So Ash, YouTube has a mechanism of running the ads, and then they have that process, and then paying there.
Right.
So,
But also um, the viewers. Okay, when you're on the website, YouTube.com, or on the app, that increases the algorithm of their publishers. Like when you buy, so the more like you can claim how many viewers you have, or this video potentially. There's no number they cannot achieve. Everybody's watching YouTube. That that puts the price on them. Yeah. So it's really. I'm sorry, but let me keep it mild, it's an unfair game. So, is it a free press or no? Free speech or no? No. Okay. If it doesn't go with their policies or preference, it's not free speech. So it's a double standard. Uh, is it fair for those who work hard to build and to provide a good content or something that is wanted? Is it fair to allow slander and for the junkie people to have mooch lifestyle and live on everybody else like bug? That's not right. So we want to have a cleaner environment that is more fair. You don't have to work as hard and say whatever you want. It's a closed club, you know. So those people chose to be with you. Say whatever you want, as long as there's no hate, violence, illegal stuff, all of that. But we're not going to dictate your opinion. Everybody should have an opinion. We call it the free world. All right, it's not that free if like you have selective, like even some terms, because the video and the audio is trained to have. Believe it or not, YouTube is one of the best systems I admire. Believe it or not, Google, YouTube, search engine. Okay, both of them. They're they're incredible values, incredible tool. They're not the worst. They're the best, or some of the best. Talk about Facebook. I tell you how nasty they are. You are the product. You're not the user. You are the product. And on passive, you're not the product. You're not the used. You're the user and the hero. Big difference. We make you the hero.
And Ash, many like
There is other
YouTubers.
questions, Grossman, there.
No, it's related to like what Ash is talking about. Like many in countries, there are freedom of speech is like if YouTubers are talking against government or certain their policies, they are being blocked. And so how like our platform will be different because as a freedom of speech or whatever they want to say or.
True.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if you have your club, okay, uh, take the example. It can be done, all right, because people want to hear something that aligns with their opinion. Anything else, it's against their will, and it's kind of like hateful to them. Uh, and that's a part of our radical ideology in a way, and that's our kind of like non-closed or open-minded personality. Most people, they just want to hear what they want to hear. Anything else. But our difference is our beauty, and that's something I'm not going to preach it. But if you have your closed loop, meaning you have a private club, call it whatever. You're not posting out to the public. Your club is anti the government, a specific government. You disagree with their politics. You have the right to do that, okay? But internally and without abuse or without slander, let me tell you the truth. Like the opposition or anti anything in the public, I agree that you should have an opinion, but I like you to be respectful in general. I really don't admire somebody that start, cussing and putting things down and all that. This is my ideology in life. Okay? It's better for you to light up a candle than cussing at the darkness. Do what's positive. Why you want to focus on so and so? Don't blame nobody. Do what you can do as positive. But that's my opinion, and I don't think I can dictate anybody how they think. But there are ways we can allow everybody to speak their mind in a proper way, without harsh feelings, without damage, without slander, without abuse. Let's say you have a club of 25 people, or 25,000, or 2 million people. Trusted, they selected, they want to hear you. They just believe in you, your ideology, or your opinion, all of that, and you discuss something. Why not? As long as you have no harm, no violence, nothing of hate, say that. So there's a difference between I disagree with the president or with the government or with the cabinet or this or that, okay, on so and so policy. I wish they would do that, and that's not right. That's not fair. That sounds, inappropriate. You could do that. I'm disappointed. You can do that. But uh, I hate the president. I govern this, that, and nasty and cuss and all of that, and shameful stuff. I don't think it's respectful. Say your opinion, something constructive, and you believe it or not, you can be more heard, because nobody want to hear somebody yelling at them or cussing at them, right? Insulting them. Nobody want to hear that. But if you say, you know what, I respect you, I understand, I see, I know what you feel or what you mean, I see that. However, my club and I, my group and I, we see something different. I wish we would consider our opinion or view on this. Believe it or not, they would listen to you more.
Thank you.
Of course. Yeah.
Right, Julie Peary, you have a question for somebody, then we go to Julie and Wynn.
Thank you, Minu.
Yeah.
Hi, Ash. This is coming from Vanette Bruni. And she says, hello, Mr. Ash. Thanks for all you do. God's blessings always. Can you please expand a bit more on Dr. Rashid and his role in OnPassive? Thanks.
Shoe size, underwear color, like exactly. 40 years experience in technology, was my teacher 37 years ago. First exposure to the internet, or not to the internet, to the computer machines. Well connected globally, professor, high education. He discusses PhDs and master thesis, PhD theses, and many of his graduates, selected graduate students, are following him, and he's hand selecting some of them to be onboarded with us. So we're forming even a stronger team in AI and IT because of him. So we're blessed that he's with us. We talked about him a little bit more yesterday on 360, but maybe was not recorded. He had to relocate. He's a full-time AI consultant with OnPassive. He wanted to sleep at the office, no joke. It's a true fact that he said, I would like my bed at the office. And that's it. I mean, extremely knowledgeable, well connected. You can't ask for more.
The law of attraction, Mr. Ash.
Yes. And again, he can do this for no money. The passion. We go back to the same like curiosity. Why would somebody leave what they're doing and come and join OnPassive? This is what I believe. Is he seeing something different? Yeah.
Thank you. Miss Julie Wynn?
Hi. Hello, Mr. Ash. I asked my question, Manu. My question was about the big ash bomb, which he addressed it already. But if I may read a very short message from Engineer Memi Claire, she said from the Proverbs, the dogs bark, but the caravan goes on.
Yep.
And
Yep. Mommy Claire, do you know Arabic? It's like القافلة تسير والكلاب تنبح. If that's true, confirm with Julie. Or did I say it right?
Perfect. It was perfect.
She also said, wisdom and focus, you have it all. Please tell Ash that we are all proud and pray for you daily.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Thank you.
And Mr. Ron Holbert. It's your
Oh,
turn.
man.
Sorry, and Engineering Memi Claire just replied yes, big yes.
I know stuff. All right, young man.
What a night. What a night.
Ron the Halbert.
Ash, first of all, we want to thank you for all the time that you've given us tonight. Minnow and I are very honored that you picked Letso to have this meeting tonight. And it means a lot to us. Your statement about everybody has an opinion and a right to the opinion is exactly correct. The only problem I have is when people have a sense of entitlement. The nice thing about OnPassive is everybody is equal. Doesn't matter what you do, how much you do,
right?
How many webinars you do a week, how many webinars you do a month. Everybody is on the same pedestal at the same height. Everybody is a leader in OnPassive. No matter if you've been here a month, 5 years, or whatever. So I think we all need to remember that.
Right.
That is something you believe in, I believe, that to lead, to be a leader, you have to be able to lead. And that's something you have mastered in your 50 years of experience. But
and the first person you need to lead is yourself.
That's right.
Yes,
that's
if
right.
you have the proper character and you know what you're doing it politely, respectfully, then maybe someone else is going to follow you. But if you don't lead yourself properly, or you're, like you said, Ron, somebody's entitled, or they just want to have a free lunch, you're not a leader. Leaders should be able to take a bite out of their mouth and feed it to somebody else.
Exactly. But I think you've covered a lot of issues tonight that people have been wondering about. And I'd like to say something about the police summit. That is something that really got my motor running when I heard that news. I'm still excited about it. The only thing that could excite me more if I was standing at the OnPassive booth over there telling people that I'm a retired law enforcement officer and OnPassive is my company. And for all the naysayers, we have, and all the bashing that OnPassive has taken, I can tell you from experience that if you're not legit, law enforcement will have nothing to do with you other than investigate you. They wouldn't have you standing beside them, sponsoring them, and doing their media. So that should say a lot to the public, the people that are looking into OnPassive, people that have not joined us in OnPassive, that we're the real deal, and it's a done deal, and the police departments all over the world are showing us that. So congratulations on that. that is a milestone that not a lot of people can accomplish. So kudos to you and your media team and your tech team for proving to people like that we are on top of the world. And look out, because we're not done yet. So again, I'd like to thank you for your time that you spent with us tonight. We pray for you. We pray for your family. We're glad that your son comes up with these slogans, because he does a good one. I still like the one about get O-Connect and broom the Zoom, or Zoom the broom. I think that was great also. The chillax is a good one for you, because with your stress, you need to chill and relax. And I want to thank you for everything you've done for me, my family, and the rest of the OnPassians that are here tonight and that couldn't join us. So thank you very much. And if you're ready, we will call this a night of vision from Mr. Ash Mufareh.
Well, thank you, Ron and everyone.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So according to the terms and conditions in our agreement, it was up to 3 hours for my $4 wage.
Check's in the mail, buddy.
So things have changed, okay?
And Mr. Ash, I second everything that Ron said. It's absolute pleasure. It's beyond being blessed beyond belief. Thank you so much.
Are you
Love
scared of
all.
flight, Ron?
Thank you.
Am I scared of what?
Flight. Can you fly?
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anything.
All right.
I carry a gun.
Next year we're gonna have. I like that, but not on the airplane. Okay. So next year, why don't you start planning to be at the event? This probably was a short notice.
I would love that. I would love that.
So
by the
don't
way,
go anywhere.
I
Don't
do
quit.
personal.
Don't die. All right. And,
I do personal security, Ash. Yeah, just in case, to throw that in there. So.
All right. Anybody want to be your friend? Definitely. I
Thanks
have
again, Ash.
2 criminals live in my house.
Hey, you said earlier that company will steal your children. I thought, there you go. There you go.
That is so true.
So
I had fun. It was pleasure. It was unplanned. I don't come here with a script. I mostly take notes, so things we can improve and apply. I don't have to prepare. Took half an hour for DeGarmo. He's not feeling well, so we pray he will be better tomorrow. To get the list of the questions and we did them on the fly. So it just there's no need to read or to prepare for something. It's second nature to me. And I live for this. There's nothing else I would do in my life but this. And it's not a try, it is being done. There's more than one plan for it to be done. So make no mistake, if you think it may happen or may not happen, I know for sure you're going to die and OnPassive will happen. Death is guaranteed. And of course, taxes. And but the failure of OnPassive is gonna definitely bug you if that's what you're wishing for those haters.
It's not an option.
Yes, success is guaranteed for OnPassive because God seems to be in love with what we
And
do.
we all love that you come without a script and you speak from your heart, and we can tell that. We realize that, and we cherish that. So,
absolutely.
Everybody pray for the astronauts tomorrow. 4
Yes.
of them are going up at 11 something, and it's why I'm down in Florida, but there's going to be 4 souls on that rocket, and it's blasting off at 11 something. So,
hopefully,
who would fly on a rocket?
sign me up.
Not afraid?
I'd be
No.
scared. Oh, I'd be scared, but I'd do it.
instead of on Apollo 1, we'll have OnPassive 1.
Who's scared to go on a rocket?
I'd still go though. I'd be scared. Strap yourself to a bomb.
Who would not step on it?
I would 100%.
Darrell, Julie.
Julie said she would over here. She's on the phone now. She's getting her daughter.
Jeffrey,
Seth
you
follows
would
enough
go?
in his motorhome.
You would leave?
You said who would not step on it, right? Like
Yes.
Who would?
Like
Yeah.
scared to that. Like it's impossible.
Yeah.
I would step on it, but not go on it.
I'm getting on. Just don't light the fuse.
Nurse Bender.
The G-forces might be hard.
Nurse Bender, if you took off that rocket, your turban would be a diaper by the time you got to the moon.
I would do it for my dad.
Who
Yes.
who would
Brave
ride on a
my
rocket
nerves.
and go to the orbit,
Oh, yeah.
but wouldn't do a roller coaster?
I hate roller coasters.
I hate roller coasters too.
If you're scared of those, you want to go
I'll
on a
hold you-
rocket? Oh my
I'll
God.
hold your bag.
Hey, rocket goes up and down.
Jumping out of
time.
a plane would be.
Okay.
Mr. Ash, you're still recording there.
Yeah, but this is essential for the future generation.